live. I reckon the Adelaide midfield are going to be right on A1 tonight, as they should be, round one. But, when a side's been up and about, highly spoken about nationally throughout the week in the Suns midfield, it's going to be a great tussle. And look, I think the Riley O'Brien athleticism, he'll be trying to get out, leave the area, get involved like he does, and try to push Jared Witts athletically. It's going to be a great battle.
And I reckon these are the type of games you worry about with the Suns. Had so much attention on them last week. This week, not as much. The Crows come up here. You just wonder, will they be as red hot as we saw them against Richmond the week before? For Bob Jane T-Marts, let's say good day again to Belinda Mallon. Ground and weather conditions, how is it out there, B? Any rain?
I think the rain is going to come just in time for the opening bounce. The wind has died down a little bit, although it's still gusting up to 40 k's an hour. You can see that Gold Coast sun sign, and there will be a lot in the coin toss. Whoever kicks to that northern end at first will have to deal with that swirling breeze that we see so often here at People First Stadium. The subs tonight, poor Darcy McPherson's the sub for the second week in a row, and Jake Saligo for the Crows on the bench for the Gold Coast is Flanders, Sexton, Holman, Casbolt, and for the Crows, Murphy, Crouch, Pedler and Hinge. I feel like I'm having a bit of a competition with the scoreboard announcer tonight, boys, so hopefully he'll quieten down for the start of the match.
You can take him, B.
He's very loud, isn't he? Has been very loud. Thank you, B. Yeah, that wind just dying down a little bit. It was blowing to the left of the radio dial where that kind of end of the ground, fellas, is a little bit more exposed, isn't it? Makes the goal kicking a little tricky.
Yeah, it certainly does. It normally blows that way down here, so... whoever wins the toss, it'll be important, particularly if this rain turns up, which we expect it to sort of be around the first bounce or just after.
We've talked a bit about the midfield, and Blackie, you reckon the Crows are going to be up for it. Ben Keys, he's talked in the off-season, the pre-season, about how he doesn't think his tagging days are behind him necessarily, but he's got more strings to his bow. Could you see him being sent to a Matty Rao tonight if things start to get out of hand in the middle?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt. I mean, he's such a great competitor. And you're going to... I mean, Matty Rao is potentially the best generational clearance player we're seeing right now. So Benny Keys is such a wonderful, resilient... I just love how much Adelaide Crows fans love Benny Keys. I was lucky to see him as a young man in Brisbane when he grew up in Brisbane at the Lions. Then we rock, and he's just such a great competitor, great guy, and he's got everything out of himself. And that's tonight, whether it's Rao, whether it's Anderson, I think he's going to be the great competitor to be able to nullify an opposition midfielder. He's done it before. I'm a massive fan, so I think no doubt there'll be a chance he might go to one of them.
Couldn't find a trade for him. Delisted by the Lions, just the 30 games for Brisbane, and then gets picked up in the rookie draft and plays 81 games. So he's given him great value.
And then kicked a goal that should have put him into the finals.
He has. He's sort of guy.
not to reopen old wounds. Yeah. Or mention the war, but
that's right.
He kicked a goal, and then we all know what happened. But they've moved on from that, so we should as well.
That's right.
The other thing I wanted to ask you about, obviously, the Gold Coast defence, Sam Collins, Charlie Ballard last week, they're set up there as the two pillars. There's no real pillars. We've spoken a bit about Darcy Fogarty, but without Tex, there isn't that kind of obvious setup, and no Phil Thorpe as well. So what licence will they be given? Do you think Charlie Ballard is just, see the game, read the game, go chase the ball?
Yeah, I think so. I think he'll be mainly interceptor tonight, sort of do his own thing, which he does really well anyway. But even more so tonight, he'll probably go to a Burgess or something like that and just out-read him. But Burgess, he'll be motivated tonight to put in a strong performance. As I said previously, Jack Holmes, he's won the VFL goal kicking the last couple of years, so he knows where the big sticks are, and he gets his opportunity tonight in round one.
Bareem Hot Water, built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream. Sam Collins, former housemate of Isaac Rankin, Blackie, not too happy with the young fella leaving the Gold Coast for Adelaide a couple of seasons ago, but last year Gold Coast's home game against the Crows was in Darwin, so didn't get to play here. What sort of reception will young Isaac get tonight?
I think he'll get a pretty hostile reception. A lot of the Suns, on field at least, the Suns have been... A lot of players have bought in, have re-signed, and the ones that have real frustrations to the ones that haven't. They've been such a go-home mentality as a footy club, so I think he's going to cop it. They did a lot. You heard Sam Collins talk about they did a lot for him as a player, both off the field more so. I'm talking, but they were really annoyed, really frustrated. They felt like they'd done enough to give him another for him to stay and want to stay. So I reckon they'll be pretty hostile, and Sam Collins will be in his area tonight. So I don't think he will. I don't think he's going to miss him.
Little elbows going past. So Rankin, of course, went home to South Australia. Jack Lukosius didn't, though, Rocky, and his combination with Ben King, 8 goals between them last week, is starting to really blossom.
Yeah, the Adelaide Crows or Port Adelaide would have loved to get him home, but Lukosius, he's stuck fat with the Gold Coast Suns to this point in time, but he looks like he's ready to take that next step as well in this Gold Coast Suns forward half now. We know how he plays. He comes out, he attacks the footy strong. When he's going at the footy and that's all he focuses on, he looks exceptional and really hard to be beaten in the contest. So hopefully he does that tonight, but another great opportunity for him.
And we spoke about great pickups in terms of value. Levi Casbolt, just as that guy can take the hits for 2 key forwards, Blackie, who are still fairly young into their careers.
Oh, amazing. 34. He's survived that long, Big Levi, and they'll be key forwards. All of them got to be great players to play to 34 as a key forward. So he's done well. He's got a beautiful set of mitts, and we all know he's a bit shady at times with the set shot kick, but he's been a survivor.
Well, it also sort of felt like it was either he or Marbior could survive here. If King and Lukosius were going to develop like they were, you couldn't have them both continue here. And obviously Charles headed to the Hawks. But, for Levi, I think he's also, he'd probably be the oldest on the list, just without checking. Him and Swallow and Witsy's not quite 30, so Levi's probably the oldest player on the list too.
Yeah, he has, and he does. What no doubt Dim would love about him is he crashes packs. He brings his small forwards into play by the way he attacks the ball, and he's been a good servant for the Suns.
The Crows' defence, Rocky, James Borlase getting the gig tonight over Mark King. Jordan Butts has had some injury issues as well. They've had some problems with that area of the ground over summer and last year as well. Yeah,
certainly it's probably been the biggest talking point all summer for the Adelaide Crows is their defence. How do they operate? What's their best back six look like? Funnily enough, we're talking about their forward half though, because Tex isn't there tonight. So I think that they'll be settled. Massive challenge for them tonight though. This is a different beast to the previous Gold Coast Suns that they played. Over the last couple of years, they took them. I think the Gold Coast Suns took them down in Darwin last year, and then pushed them at Adelaide Oval as well. So they know that the Gold Coast Suns can play, but that forward six for the Gold Coast Suns, they're pretty potent now.
And Borlase actually debuted against the Suns round 21 last year in Adelaide. 18 disposals, 9 marks at 100% on debut. So you can see why Matty Nix has gone for him tonight as a key defender.
Suns are going to be kicking to the left of your radio dial. They've got what little wind there is at the moment. And we are still looking at clear skies here at People First Stadium for this Saturday night round 1 fixture. The Suns are already 1 game deep into their campaign. A perfect start under Damien Hardwick, their new coach. But tonight the Adelaide Crows get their redemption season underway. Robbed of a finals berth in 2023 by a grazed post. Can they kick it off in style with a win on the coast? For McDonald's and Remont Water, Triple M Rocks footy, we are underway. Rotten bounce. Riley O'Brien wins the best of it. Rankin starts on ball, kicks inside forward 50. Ball in dispute. Ballard tackled as he took it. We'll have a ball up, 40 out from the Adelaide Crows goal.
Surely that has to be recalled. Witts couldn't even get near that contest in the centre square.
Spongy centre circle, isn't it? Not much height in those centre bounces.
So Rowell, O'Brien got the tap down, but here is Rowell again, trying to get the handball free. Came out to Anderson, good smother Laird. Chase Jones goes without the footy. Off the deck goes Anderson. Boundary side, the race is on. Here is Tom Berry, the best 6-possession game Damien Hardwick said he'd ever seen last week. And there's an aggressive tackle as Bailey Humphrey is taken over by Chase Jones, and there's a bit of feeling early, a bit of wrestling going on in front of Belinda Mellon. We love this, Blackie.
Yeah, absolutely. There's about 8 players into it, and the bounty umpire's just throwing the ball in now.
Connor Budrick and Chase Jones getting stuck in there. We like it. Oh, Witsy's been sat on his backside. The Crows are away. Rankin, slick hands. Berry popped up, tackled as he took it. Strong, though. Held it in. We'll have a ball up just forward of centre favouring the Crows. Spice early, Rock.
Yeah, a lot of feeling out there. Adelaide Crows centre forward up to these stoppages in their forward half and get them to shoot through.
Here is Jones, tackled again by Noah Anderson, and we get yet another stoppage near the point of the square.
Jones is the one coming up, almost plays as a sweeper role, and Isaac Rankin just gets movement through the contest.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy, umpire throws it up again. mess of players around it at the moment. Humphrey tries to get free, hacks a kick forward. Lukosius on the bounce, buffeted off the footy. Ball Ace did really well. Fiorini, though, telegraphed the handball, came through and found a target in the 50. It's Ben Ainsworth. Great play, Braden Fiorini.
Yeah, a bit of individual brilliance for Braden Fiorini. Just a good intercept, swatted the ball down by one hand. Adelaide were out looking like they were going to coast down the wing, but he gathered the ball and then had the composure, look inside and found his teammate. Great start by the Suns.
Harvey Norman replay, didn't even look there. Stunning kick, knew where his teammate was.
So Ben Ainsworth only scratching the surface of his potential, according to Dimmer. Last year of his contract, 26 years of age. He'd love to start off in the best way possible, and he's done that with a goal. First on the board to the Suns. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. Bunnings Trade is on your side this season with dedicated trade specialists offering end-to-end project support for your landscapers.
He took a step last year, didn't he, Ben Ainsworth, with his footy, with his development, but I think he needs to take another one again. For the Suns to play finals footy, I think he needs to kick 40-plus goals. He's got the ability, he's got the capability for mine, and they're going to get the looks. This midfield of the Suns, they're going to get the ball inside 50 enough. He needs to impact more regularly.
40-plus goals. Be a big return for what is a medium-sized half-forward, small half-forward. Isaac Rankin again in the midfield, Rock.
Yeah, I like it. He'll do this and then look to shoot forward.
For McDonald's and Remont Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Suns out to a one-goal lead. Early stages, first term. The bounce a little bit better. Favours O'Brien. Taps backwards. Dawson, the clearance. Moves it to left half forward. Keys caught under it. Power was great. Came through. Handball to advantage. Ainsworth was clean, but Power was clumsy. Scholl chased down in the tackle by Power, looking to make up for his mistake. And we're going to have a boundary throw-in. No, it stayed in, so we'll have a ball up right on the boundary edge.
Stand up here.
The far side of the ground, 13,000. The Suns have told us they reckon they'll get here tonight. Over 20 last week against the Tigers. Anderson, handball forward. Worrell and Ainsworth one-on-one. Boundary line beats them both, and we will throw it back in. So a lot of stoppages to start this game early. For McDonald's, Macca's new surprise fries. Peel any medium or large fries for a chance to find a prize.
Joshy Worrell going with the double sweatbands on the wrist. As we have the boundary thrown, right half forward for the Suns. Witts took it out of the air, just handballed to advantage. There was no one there, but working really hard was Humphrey. Kick's gone out of bounds on the full in the back pocket for the Crows. Free kick.
Thank you.
Hugh on the double wristband. Riley O'Brien's done the same. Big ruckman.
1 foot on the line. Thank you.
Doesn't it just get wet straight away?
It's supposed to keep your hands dry.
So Butts drives it to the outer side. Ballard got hands to it, couldn't bring it down. Rowell off to Swallow. High ball just pierces the 50. Lukosius now Michael Lanny. His handball to no one. In fact, it went to Took Miller in the end. Now Anderson. Looping handball over the top from Ellis. Here is Lukosius. Aside on the goals. No, he'll do the unselfish thing and try and screw it back. Crows, though, with numbers. Picked up by Brodie Smith. His hack kick just clears the defensive 50. Rowell tackled strongly by Burgess, pushing up the ground. Miller through hands. Anderson just outside the 50. He goes to a one-on-one looking for Lukosius. He turned around and looked at the umpire. Did Borlase have a fistful of jumper? We'll have to wait for the Harvey Norman replay.
It's impressive handball, isn't it, from the Suns out of congestion there. Ability to find that free teammate through a chain of handball with good pressure from the Crows. That was very well done.
Simon Black, Tom Rockcliffe, Triple M Seabus super special comments this evening as Rowell is tackled straight away by Berry. Oh, he's going to ping him.
On the ball.
Well, the umpire has said he failed to make an attempt. So Sam Berry wins the free kick. Great to see him back in the Crows starting side. Didn't play since round 10 of last year, but he is back and he is thumping it down to centre wing where there's a big contest, but Miller was so clean. Ainsworth, Fiorini, inside forward 50. Will it get to Ben King? It does, but on the bounce, not where he wants it. Roses Jr.'s loves it there. Oh, he's missed his foot. Oh, that is one of the all-time balls-ups. Malcolm Roses Jr. not only missed the shot at goal, then he spun around and kicked it out of bounds on the full.
He had a fresh air. He completely missed the footy and then did a full 360 and kicked it out on the full.
Well, we're about 6 minutes into this one, and there is our Amy Clanger already. Nothing, I don't think, could beat that. Well called, Flanners.
Couldn't do it if you tried.
As Michael Annie now down the line. Fogarty got a hand to it. Up towards Rankin. Rankin bursting through. Handball to Smith. The action at right half back. Berry Sam switches the play and goes out towards ball ace. Now he's got Malera in short. And he's going to go wide to the boundary, but allowed Swallow to come in. Good spoil, Keys, hands and knees. The Miller now to Worrell, and now they ride the boundary flutters.
Contest out of side. It's a hot start to this one. Oh, Keys was brilliant. Stole it. Kept it moving forward for the Crows. Suns stood strong, and we're going to have a ball up thanks to the toughness of Matty Rao on the outer side. People's First Stadium. It's the Suns by a goal.
We'll get his clearance numbers in a moment. Triple M Red Z Lending Stats had 20 of them last week, most since Big Paul Salmon back in 1998. It is tight and tough in close, and here is Rao gang tackling Berry with Alice. Ball spills free up towards left half forward Suns end. Powell comes in, clears it up, then goes toward the wing, over the head of Lukosius. They're going to him a lot early. Ball lace now, couldn't pick up the footy. It is a slippery bar of soap, that yellow Sharon Witts. Off to Alice. Alice glides that ball up the line. Smith ran into Ainsworth, who went to ground. No free kick for the Crows with numbers across their defensive line.
This bit of possession football now from Adelaide. Left half back. You can almost see all the players on the ground take a collective breath. It has been a frantic first 7.5 minutes to this one. Dump it long down the line. It's 2-on-2. Burgess stands up. Ballard just took it clean. Gave it to Anderson. Fed it back to Witts. The handball, Blackie, you called it. So sharp here as Lukosius drops the sliding chest mark out of side. We'll have a boundary throw in centre wing.
Yeah, it's been slick hands for the Suns, but it's had to be because the Crows' heat's been terrific. So some Red Z Lending Stats, leading possession getters for the Suns. Noah Anderson 5, Fiorini 3, Miller 3 for the Crows. Laird 4, Rankin 3 and Michelini 3.
Triple M Red Z Lending Stats, Red Z Lending Loans for the self-employed, redzed.com. As Dawson just got a boot to it, did he? No. Holding the ball will go to Jared Witts. The Suns skipper looking short and wide. They'll go via the boundary to Brandon Ellis.
Not a lot of time and space out there for either team at the moment. Pressure is high. Both clubs making mistakes.
Yeah, not a lot of movement either in front of him, so he decided to kick it sideways to Miller. Witts will just pick it up and just hack the ball forward, but Dawson getting back takes the intercept mark.
The game has been played between the half-backs on this outer side for the last probably 4 or 5 minutes. I reckon the crowd on this near side's getting a bit of sick of it. As we might just have a pause in proceedings. No, Ainsworth suffered a big hit, but he looks to be getting back to his feet. Corridor kick, Brodie Smith. Oh, it hung it up there too long. Tommy Berry, that's what he does so well. Bailey Humphrey, Tommy Berry gets it back. Release on the outer side, near side they come. Footy in the hands of Fiorini. He set up the first goal. Puts it out in front of Budrick, the defender. Lukosius took it full-chested. No one goes to him. Deadly by foot, stepped inside. Now he wants his tall teammate, Ben King. Roses Jr. goes to ground, hits the point post. We'll have a boundary throw-in.
Well, you can see off the turf that how much the ball is carrying off the bounce and how slippery it might be out there.
Yeah, it'd be certainly slippery conditions. I think it's about to get worse. That rain mustn't be too far away now.
A lot of Crows players with the sweatbands on, as we've mentioned. Witts taps it down with the left-hand boundary side. Laird couldn't take clean possession. Humphrey right there with him, and we'll throw it back in again. RAA around the grounds. Cats and the Saints tonight. It is Geelong with the early 4-goal lead over St Kilda.
So we're inside the Suns forward 50. I'd be interested to know what the Crows inside 50s have been in this first term. 10.5 minutes played as Rao, they are hot on him as soon as he touches the footy. Miller went backwards to Anderson. Anderson lets fly from 50. Anderson has the Suns second. Just how Dimmer drew it up at training. Suns with a 2-goal lead. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
Yeah, it's been a red-hot start from the Suns. That's 8-2 inside 50 now. And Noah Anderson, his mate, got all the credit throughout the week, Matty Rao, but Noah Anderson has started magnificently well. 7 touches, leading possession, get on the ground. His first goal, he looks up and about, Rock.
Yeah, it certainly does. Gold Coast Suns, all their prime movers involved in that play then. Slick hands again from Matty Rao. He thinks his way through the contest. He's so strong in the contest, finds a way to extract this footy. Laird's all over him, gets a handball out to Miller, who finds Anderson. classy finish off 1 or 2 steps from right on 50.
Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Harvey Norman, their 2023 TV and soundbar run-out sale ends Sunday. Don't miss the clearance prices on the entire stock from last year, TVs and soundbars as well. Noah Anderson on his first best and fairest last year. His disposal averages have lifted every year he's been in the comp, and he's got a goal along with Ben Ainsworth, who got the first for the Suns. So they are 2 straight 12. Crows are yet to score. We've got a recall bounce.
I've got to almost throw the ball up every time. Rock alluded to it earlier. They can't get enough penetration and height. It's too unfair. The advantage is one player every time, it's about.
And especially with the conditions here tonight on the Gold Coast, as Rankin coming through the middle. Off hands, he got the inside 50. Ball in dispute, 20 out from the Crows goal. Miller just handballs into space. Rankin first to it, slipping backwards, and players now diving in on top of him. They'll ask the question, but I think it was the surface that did him there, Simon Black.
Yeah, and the 50, he slipped, and that's a bit of a tough one, that one for mine. He slipped, we see on the Harvey Norman replay. He could have got a high tackle, in fact, too, Rankin, but didn't go his way, and he's given away 50 for a bit of lip by the sounds of it.
And Casbolt has taken the free kick, charging forward, goes to a pack of players. King got the first hands to it. There is Dawson, tried to take the footy, then turned tackler. Stacks on the mill, left half forward. Suns attacking in. Umpire will rush in. He's been busy so far.
Yeah, conditions suit the Gold Coast Suns. They obviously train and playing this a lot, the slippery conditions. The Adelaide Crows are getting a look at it for the first time this season. So you can see that their ball skills aren't quite there yet at the moment, the Adelaide Crows.
Crouch went the clearance. It was intercepted. They line up again from 50. Sexton hits the post. He's a 2-time leading goal kicker for the club, Alex Sexton. Reborn as a defender under Dimmer, and he almost got one on the board there. Instead, it's a behind. 2-1-13. Crows yet to score. 13.5 played. Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
Going to be a real territory game, this one, as Mitch Hinge goes in to the left pocket. And now we'll run past and get the handball off Worrell. Slides that down the line. Swallow waiting for the ball to come out the back, and that's where it goes. His kick, though, doesn't go too far. Straight into the hands of Brodie Smith. Here is Ben Keys. Can they get some run and carry off their half-back line? It's going to be slow ball movement as Keys now called to play on, and will go up the line to a contest. Off hands, out of bounds, will throw it back in.
He wanted to give it, he just had no runner. It was Matty Crouch off half back there, just did not have a runner to give it to, and just got held up, and that's going to be a challenge tonight for Adelaide, isn't it? Get that run. They're up and about their best footy, clearly, like both sides. That half-back run, get it and break the lines. Takes a bit of courage to do it at times.
Simon Black, Triple M Seabus, super special comments. Rankin with another clearance inside forward 50. Ballard sends an 85-metre torpedo all the way down. He kicked it from deep in his defensive 50, and he almost sent it inside forward 50.
He nearly got a rebound 50 and an inside 50 there.
I don't know if that's been done before. Someone hit the Triple M Red Z lending stats and look into that. Meanwhile, the Crows have the footy, but nevertheless, Charlie Ballard, what a highlight as the Crows look for another inside 50. In fact, look for a score. Still have not troubled the goal umpire at their end. Berry, Suns have it though. Swallow, release. Battle on in the middle, and Michael Annie just too strong for Roses Jr. This second-year defender is, you'd think, going to be a very good player for a very long time for the Adelaide Crows.
And a nicely weighted kick over towards Scholl. Just in from the boundary on the wing. Goes to Hinge. That is an absolute mongrel kick. Chaos ball into the Crows forward 50. Picked up by Flanders. Handballing backwards and now kicking out to the side. Worrell pushing up the ground. Gets it over towards Jones. His short little kick is chopped off. Might come off, though, to Keys. Keys on the left foot has nailed the Crows first. Gold Coast 2-1-13. Adelaide get their first score of the night. The Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard. Bunnings Trade is on your side this season with dedicated trade specialists offering end-to-end project support for your landscapers.
Yeah, the Adelaide Crows, they're a little bit more controlled with their ball movement than what the Gold Coast Suns are. You can see a clear intent from the Gold Coast Suns, just trying to win that territory battle, get as much yardage as possible at every opportunity, where the Adelaide Crows are a bit more patient in their build-up, chip mark, but when they go inside 50 at the moment, there's no real target for them inside 50. They've got no method going inside 50, and that goal just comes off the back of some scrappy work inside 50. Good finish from Ben Keys in the end.
I had to work hard for it. But the Crows are on the board. 16 and a half played. We're inside the final 10 of the first term. People First Stadium, round 1 action on the coast. The Suns with a 7-point lead as we restart in the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. Here come the Suns once more. Bit of a love fest going on in the centre circle between Jared Berry and Pedler. Not a fair fight, you would have thought, from weight divisions. As Miller spears a pass. What a great kick. Keys, he was tripped, the umpire said. 50 metres. He'll be taken all the way to the 50-metre arc. Another opportunity for the Crows.
Jared Berry get a trade.
Time back on. Mark is here.
Who did I say?
Thank you.
Jared.
That was Tom.
Sam, I think.
Yeah, there's a Sam and a Tom out there tonight.
There's two men.
Keys goes toward the goal square. Crows have numbers. There is Tom Berry right on cue. Got it to Fiorini. Off to Powell. Powell just trying to clear the danger, and it's come off. Levi Casbolt charging up the ground on ball lace on a long lead. He's at right half back. Where does the ball go now, though? Miller's gone into space. If he hangs out there, Tom Berry might be able to get it to him. They've closed off that option, so he's going to come in short and go to Alex Sexton, cross half back. He now goes towards Miller, but Miller comes across and takes the intercept mark.
Miller spears a pass. Will Powell read it. A little bit of tennis action going on between the two sides now. Sending it back and forth again. It's on the outer side. It's where most of this first half has been played. Ball in dispute. Centre wing, outer side. Suns lead by 7 points. Crows wrestling the momentum. Crouch. Handball out. Kick inside forward 50. Nobody there but Sam Collins. Has time to assess. Just going to load up down the line. No, he stepped inside at the last moment. Don't think too hard, Sam. Opportunity now through Flanders. He's going to dump long down the line. Needs a contest. Casbolt, the bigger man, brought it forward. Exactly what Dimmer would want from him. Then stepped inside. Handball backwards. There's Tommy Berry. Rao, little dance around, but he coughed it up. Hinge. Crows on the run now.
Rochelle thought about the handball. Now he's gone into the middle and found Ben Keys. Only goal kicker so far. Rankin sprinting into space, screaming for the footy. He'll go in that direction and comes off his boot. Out towards Burgess. Now Murphy. He's got two Suns around him. He's won the footy. Holman's claimed him, diving in on top and in the back. It was tough, but maybe just there, Rocky.
Yeah, it was certainly there in the end. He had him cold, though. There was no real need to do that last movement to jump in his back and push him down. He's got a bit of claret coming out of the mouth here, though.
Yeah, Nick Coleman, his face must have maybe smashed in the back of Murphy's head. We'll wait for the Harvey Norman replay. Get an update. Belinda Mellon for Bob Jane Team Arts. How is Nick Coleman looking?
No.
Not very well. Bob Jane Team Arts have great buy 3 get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. We'll get down to back to B in a moment. So that has allowed the Suns to get back in numbers. It's going to be very hard to find a leading channel and pick off a pass. So there's a lot of players around the footy as it goes 20 out from the Crows' goal. Umpire will rush in and we will throw it up.
So the game's at a bit of a stalemate right now. The Suns had the early run of it. The Crows have fought back into it. Witts, big fist. Tries to clear defensive 50 for his side. Tommy Berry in the fight with Murphy. Berry wins out, went to ground. Murphy clumsy in the tackle. Free kick, Gold Coast. Right half back. 2-1-13. The Suns, 1 straight 6, the Crows. 20 minutes played, and we are just starting to see, as Tom Rockcliffe does the pitter-patter fingers in the Triple M box, we are seeing some rain falling here. Light rain at the moment, but rain nevertheless. How will that affect this game as the Crows attack once more?
Miller through the middle. Drives it long. Burgess at the back. Comes down towards Collins. And now Gold Coast through hands. To Miller in the centre square they go. To Flanders. They're trying to chain up some handballs, but it has come undone. I think that was Dawson came across and affected the tackle, forced the turnover. Butts now deep in the Crows' defence. He kicks the ball into space. This is not pretty footy. In fact, it is damn right ugly at the moment. Fiorini now to Rao. Bodie Yuland. That's better. That's a good pass. He's found Flanders. No one around him. He can play on if he wants Sam Flanders. The left pocket is open. King doubling back towards the goal square. Brandon Ellis instead, they will get the short pass. They're still just outside their 50.
1 metre forward. The marks of 51. Thank you. Stand.
And the Crows have an extra number in defence. Might have a shot here, Brandon Ellis. He can run out on an arc and get enough on this, or will he just go the tee up, 20 out from goal?
He's going to kick it from about 54 metres. It's going to take a hell of a kick, but yeah, that rain, well, you can see the players, it's coming down fairly heavy now, having to adjust to this wet footy. They've taken a little while, and we'll take a few more minutes, I would have thought, to get used to it, but it's going to really be a challenging half an hour, you would have thought.
Well, he's thrown up the grass Matthew Lloyd style, so won't make the distance. Goes toward the right forward pocket. Picked up by Fiorini. Then got it to Berry. Screws that back. Might have touched a hand on the way through, so I don't reckon it'll be a mark. Here is Scholl. Ainsworth tries to trap it. Tracking the ball near the boundary. Forced back towards Flanders. Flanders goes with a high ball again towards the goal square. Witts is there. Casbolt off his thigh and goes through for a rush behind.
Straight through the breadbasket.
I reckon they're going to check this to make sure it didn't come off underneath his knee.
Yeah, there will definitely be a score review, but I think it got the top of the thigh. We'll get down to B, Belinda Mellon for Bob Jane T-Marts. How is Nick Coleman, B?
His bottom lip is very badly split, and he looked like he copped it in the ribs as well. He was very ginger as he was coming off, a little bit groggy too, so I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't give him a head injury assessment. You'll see, gentlemen, as we're waiting for this score review, that people are evacuating. That rain is very, very heavy right now. They're ducking for cover.
Welcome to the Gold Coast. The Rains are here. The score review is in. Triple M Harvey Norman replay. It is a behind. So the Suns 2-2-14 now with an 8-point lead over the Adelaide Crows. It's been a scrappy game to start, and you think this rain's only going to lead to more of it. Simon Black loved playing in it. Tom Rockcliffe loved playing in it. Let's find out who from these two sides is going to thrive in these conditions. As Chase Jones, he's dumped into the camera screen by big Sam Collins, and then he puts Lairdy on his backside. The big mustachioed defender throwing his weight around on two of the smallest blokes on the field. Boundary throw in. Get the sense that players lose their heads a bit when it gets wet too. You get to see some crazy things. As Rowell and Crouch go head to head. Hinge was clean. Kick around the body. Fogg in the wrestle with Collins. Collins has just given a clip there to a Crows player who looks a bit wounded down behind play. We might have another blood rule to contend with. Meantime, Matty Crouch has it right half back. He's kicked it into the shin of Levi. Levi's put it out of bounds on the full. I told you weird stuff happens when it rains.
And now Pedlar's coming off with the blood rule as well. B, keep an eye on Luke Pedlar as he might even be going down the Adelaide Crows race.
I know it's round one and the conditions now, the rain's going to affect it, but the skill level at the start of this game has been very, very poor from both clubs.
It is round one for the Crows. The Suns, of course, playing last week, so they've got no excuses on their home deck. Outside of the left boot goes Ben Keys. And coming up is Chris Burgess. He should know these conditions well. He goes with a long high ball towards the goal square. Off hands Tom Berry. His opponent there was Sam, waiting for the front and centre. We'll throw it back in left forward pocket. Crows attacking in. Bob Jane T-Marts, Belinda Mellon.
Luke Pedlar certainly did go straight down to the rooms. Both team doctors followed him, bleeding from the nose. Looked like he's almost split the side of his nose open quite badly. The doctors rushed straight out to him straight after that knock. He was bleeding profusely immediately.
That was courtesy of a big Levi shoulder. Thanks for that, B, for Bob Jane T-Marts. We're inside the Crows forward 50. They trail by 8 points. Quick kick off the deck. The deck, I beg your pardon, came from Alex Sexton. There's the Amy halftime blunder. Tommy Berry out of side. Bailey Humphrey can't get a handle on it. Brodie Smith back inside forward 50. Ballard and Witts have eyes for it. Big thump from big dinosaur Jared. Flanders kicks it wide. Fiorini being pursued by Scholl. Overran the footy. Scholl was clean. Handball was brilliant. Back to Rory Laird. Flying shot at goal. Misses to the skinny side. Minor score. Adelaide 1-1-7. And that is the margin to the Gold Coast Suns on the Triple M Bunnings Trade scoreboard.
RAA around the grounds. It's the Cats over the Saints by 19 points. They're a couple of minutes into the second quarter there in Geelong. The Suns have safely made their way out of defensive 50. Fiorini has it, will go in short. Well, to Matt Rowell. And they go forward through Ellis. Ball ace, a one-on-one with Levi Casbolt. Good contest, and Casbolt will just slap it forward. And so too will Tom Berry, but Worrell is right there and he has some support. Oh, good tackle, Tom Berry. On Lockie Shoal. Will he be rewarded?
Yeah, deliberate out of bounds.
Or it was close enough to holding the ball anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure he got a fist on this, so either way, to see on the Harvey on replay. Oh, he just did actually, yep. But he's paid the free kick against the Adelaide player there for insufficient intent to keep it in. So he's got a kick from outside the boundary here, Tommy Berry.
His eyes are darting around. He's looking for a pass, but he might just settle down and have the shot himself. Struggled to crack the senior side under Stuart Dew. He goes with the check side. Unbelievable stuff in this weather. Tom Berry outstanding. And the Suns get their third. Triple M Bunnings trade scoreboard. Gold Coast 3-2-20. Crows Simon Black 1-1-7.
We spoke about pre-game, didn't we? Had Damien Harvick reap praise on Tom Berry last week for his 6th disposal game, but he just loved his pressure.
How many's he got now? So he had 6 last week. I reckon he's had close to, or more than that in this first quarter. 9.
Yeah, it's equal leading possession get on the ground, but the 9 is like I said, and just your ability to be able to just defensive mindset. So often that flows onto the offensive getting involved, and that's what's happened this first quarter tonight for Tom Berry. So great start by him.
I was having a chat with their development coach, Tate Kayser, earlier today, and he said what he gives them is speed and pressure on disposal, and that's exactly what he delivered there. And I reckon his position as coach's pet is locked in. Ball back in the middle for McDonald's and Remott Water. Triple M rocks footy. They've thrown it up. They've acknowledged the spongy centre. And we're going to have another restart as no one can extract it. Matty Rao crawls off the deck of People First Stadium. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to play. And either side add another goal as Ainsworth tried to lunge forward in the tackle to manipulate a free. He's going to be pinged instead. He's there hot on not releasing it from underneath the packs tonight. Free kick, Crows centre half back.
All over it tonight. Very sharp, very, very hot on the holding the ball. Insufficient intent to knock the ball out.
The Worrell at centre half back. Didn't get a lot on that kick. Just carries up towards the wing. At the back of the contest is Collins. Floating ball toward the boundary. Casbolt in possession. Just got a boot to that. Tom Berry coming across. The boundary throwing right half forward. What are the tackle numbers, Simon Black? Triple M Red Z lending stats, because it's a tackle and territory sort of night with these conditions.
Yeah, it's 15 to the Suns and 14 to the Crows. So, yeah, very heavy tackling night tonight with these conditions, as you say.
Rain continues to fall on the Gold Coast. Round 1 action. Crows kicking off their campaign tonight. The Suns already 1-0 to start the season. Hinge with the clearance. Downfield, Collins led back but overran the footy. Clean pick up there. Here come the Crows. Inside forward 50. Deep ball. Front spot Keys. Powell read it well. Rochelle couldn't get near Will Powell. Mark taken. Right half back Fiorini. Just slows the pace a little bit with a minute left to play in the term.
Yeah, they'll probably be happy just to conserve and hold on to this lead. 13 points. Suns 3-2-20. Crows 1-1-7. Less than a minute remaining now. He'll go long to a contest. Witts and Casbolt, couple of big bodies crashing into O'Brien. Tuchmiller is chased down and taken out of bounds. We'll throw it back in.
Jared and Riley.
Brett Thomas, Liam Flanagan, Tom Rockcliffe, Simon Black, Belinda Mellon on the boundary tonight. Geelong, if you're keeping up with that score, early in the second quarter, Cats over the Saints by 13 points.
Boundary throwing, Rankin and Rao go head to head. Rao then lays a secondary tackle, but Rankin ran away with the football. Bounces on the field. That's impressive in these conditions. Inside forward 50, Isaac Rankin. Ballard has the sit. Drops a mark. Rare for Ballard. Taken without the football was Keys. Umpire said play on. Hands and knees was Ellis. Chance here for the Crows. Flying kick from Burgess. Across the face of goal, out of bounds on the full. Free kick Suns.
Next.
Ballard just confused himself then a little bit. He went to take the chest mark, flying chest mark. Tough in these conditions to take a mark like that.
Play on.
So Ainsworth getting back in defence, brings it into play, looking for Lukosius. Off hands, and there was a back heel there from Roses Jr., but he was already out of bounds, so not out on the full. Right near the benches there. Belinda Mellon's been busy down there. Luke Pedler and Nick Holman coming off under the blood rule in this first term. That's 65 out from the Crows' goal. They get a clean clearance and kick it in straight away. They might get a final score of this term. but instead it'll go up the other end. Here is Butts. His handball to a teammate under pressure in Borlase. And he has taken the ground, and that is quarter time. Has not been pretty. Round one footy here on the Gold Coast. It has been wet, it has been slippery, and it is the Suns with a 13-point lead at quarter time. They are 3-2-20. Adelaide are 1-1-7 for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Bunnings Trade. Bunnings Trade is on your side this season, with dedicated trade specialists offering end-to-end project support for your landscapers.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
Macca's new surprise fries. Peel any medium or large fries for a chance to find a prize. 3.5 minutes until Triple M ranks footy. Three minutes until
Triple M rocks footy.
Two and a half minutes until
Triple M rocks footy.
minutes until
Triple M rocks footy.
seconds until
Triple M rocks footy.
One minute until
Triple M rocks footy.
.30 seconds until
Triple M rocks footy.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M! Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Titanium Caravans. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious titanium caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Rain still falling on the Gold Coast. It started about halfway through that first term, so it hasn't been pretty so far. Quarter time, it is the Suns with their noses in front. 3-2-20. Adelaide are 1-1-7. Brett Thomas, Liam Flanagan, and with their thoughts on that first term, Tom Rockcliffe and Simon Black. Fellas.
Yeah, look, it was all the Gold Coast Suns the first half of that first quarter, wasn't it, gents? And then the Crows found a way to get back into it and actually won the inside 50 count, 14-12 at quarter time. And look, the the pressure on both sides was fantastic early, and then the rain came down and it became a really scrappy affair. And it looks like it's raining out there at the moment as well, doesn't it? So it's coming down pretty heavy. We're going to expect a pretty scrappy first half at least, and hopefully it clears after that. But look, the Suns, they got the better of it. They looked more dangerous. The Crows going forward didn't really have much cohesion, much method the way they were trying to move the ball, and got one lucky goal through Benny Keys by turning up in the right spot, kicked a nice snap. So look, the Suns probably for mine could have been a little bit more further on the scoreboard, but the Crows found a way to get back into it. Interesting enough, Matty Rao, no clearances till quarter time.
Real scrappy from both teams, wasn't it? They both had opportunities, looks to go inside 50, deliver the footy, but unfortunately just shifting the footy by foot, that both teams found it hard when it was still dry as well. Before the rain came, obviously it was a little bit slippery out there, but they'll be both disappointed with not being able to capitalise on their opportunities, particularly in that first quarter.
And RAA around the grounds. Cats over the Saints by 13 points as we get ready to start this second quarter.
20 seconds, guys.
And I think Saturday twilight, I was talking to Mark Evans before the season started, that's the sweet spot for them. And I reckon when the conditions aren't as crap as what they are now.
What about Armand getting special lunches with Mark Evans? How'd you tell where was the heads up for the rest of your team?
Well, it was a season briefing. You're all invited.
Oh, okay.
I think Saturday twilight is the sweet spot here on the Gold Coast. Weekend sport's over.
Yeah.
Not as slippery. But anyway, a lot of players out there who love a scrap.
They'll be happy to keep playing if they keep winning, that's for sure. Ready to get this second term underway for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M Rocks footy. The big boys, O'Brien and Witts, and O'Brien just thumps the boot through it off the deck, bouncing around like a pinball. Ellis went forward in the tackle from Jones. Umpire quick to whistle. We will throw it up, still in the centre square. People First Stadium. O'Brien wins the hit. Sitting in front, though, was Anderson. Fighting tooth and nail. Murphy in a wrestle with Ainsworth, and we'll have another ball up still inside the centre square.
Jared, Riley, watch your back, Matt.
Umpires mic'd up exclusively on Triple M. A lot of numbers around him at the moment as O'Brien just wins it out of the ruck and tries to get it moving forward. It's like a rugby ball right now. Sam Berry tackled by Will Powell. We are right at centre-half forward, true centre-half forward. 50 out from the Crows' goal. Witts from behind. O'Brien in front. This time got a boot to it. Powell tracking down the footy. And again, another gang tackle. Stacks on the mill. Connor Butterick is there, picking himself up off the ground and shoal, and we will throw it up again. So stoppages dominating this contest so far.
Inside the Crows forward 50. Miller had it taken from him. Berry of the Crows kind danced around, gave it to Dawson, his captain. Kick towards the goal square, didn't come off. Crouch, tackle without the football, no, play on. Powell stepped to a tackle. Flanders there to help. Finally, Sexton kicks it, clears the danger momentarily. Free kick going to Levi Casbolt. Held in the contest.
That is Ainsworth. Has he seen him? Maybe a little bit too late. In fact, he doesn't go in his direction at all in the end. Horrible kick. Michael Annie's there to take the intercept mark at right half back.
Ainsworth had a paddock. He was in the corridor all by himself. He just didn't spot him.
Maybe a little bit too far for Levi. Maybe a kick and a half as Ainsworth kept running. And that kick from Michael Annie equally was not so good. And that is gone out of bounds. We'll throw it back in front of us.
Blackie, you mentioned pre-game about wet weather and how the game slowed down a bit for you and the ball slowed down. Do you space out these stoppage setups at all, or do you even bring them in closer together as the Suns move it forward? Interested to get the inside word from one of the best. Ainsworth gets it on this occasion. Ellis snapping around the ball, just needs the bounce. Hits the post. Minor score, Suns 3-3-21. Adelaide 1-1-7, a 14-point lead. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan.
Yeah, look, I think when it's really wet, it's just about territory, just trying to get it forward, and whether it's literally a small, quick handball, quick kick, just get territory on the ball and not over handball it. It's actually dried up now. Sun, rain, stop it. Yeah, necessarily structure-wise, I'd keep your shape, just try and don't overplay it, get it forward quickly.
Well, they've got some run going forward here. Berry got it in. Rochelle is tackled by Miller, just a bit indecisive, looking around for a handball. And a free kick to Noah Anderson, picks himself up off the deck. I think that was against Jordan Dawson, clipped him high as we heard from the ump. So Anderson's at centre half back. Got some short options either side. He elects to go to the fat side of the ground. Ballard. Anderson gets it back. One of the 3 goal kickers in the first term goes up the line to a contest. Out the back taken by Humphrey. He is tackled by Crouch. No clean disposal. Holding the footy red hot tonight.
Just off a bit, Humphries, isn't he? Had a great year last year. A lot of great impact in his games. But last weekend so far tonight hasn't had much impact on the contest. Been caught a couple of times and made a couple of poor decisions.
Crouch for the Crows. Right half forward. Ballard and Powell. What a duo they're forming down there. Is good tackle laid by Rankin. Oh, he's in trouble here. No, he released it at the last possible second. You can hear the Crows supporters in attendance. They sure thought it should have been a free kick. It probably should have been a free kick. Instead, we're going to get a ball up. Listen to the Adelaide fans.
Coming out in numbers, all flown up.
Except that bloke.
So from the stoppage, Miller picks it up. Long handball forward just to Michael Annie. And now Humphrey called into action. He slips the Dawson tackle. The Suns flip it through hands. Now to Took Miller. He goes via foot, looking for Holman. Leaping from behind Matt Crouch, who got the spoil, and we throw it back in. Might set a world record for stoppages, boundary throw-ins and ball-ups tonight. Pretty slippery. Maybe the rain has stopped. Belinda Mellon, get down to you. Bob Jane T-Marts, but very slippery anyway.
Boundary throw-in out of side. Brody Smith couldn't control it. Miller could. The handball was great. Found Anderson. Gave it to Fiorini. Inside forward 50. Big contest. Ball got out the back. Butts was clean. Found Jones. King missed him. Jones continued to take it back to the outer side. Scholl. Kick is almost intercepted by Flanders. His hands were superb. Fiorini. Short chipping ball. Found. Straight out of bounds on the full. Free kick Crows.
Bob Jane T-Marts, Belinda Mellon.
Now, you boys might be nice and dry in that box, and you may know now that if you're sitting under a roof, you don't get wet, but it's still pouring out here. I'm not quite sure what you're looking at.
I was looking at the replay screen here, B. I thought the rain maybe had stopped, but...
from last weekend's game?
From last weekend's game. Yeah, there you go, you're right.
Rain.
Wrong colours.
I can't see any rain.
It's wet, that's all we can say. Here is Flanders. Action out of side, up towards the wing. They move over the Toyota logo looking for Flanders, but Rankin is back there sweeping it up. Michael Annie, he's had a couple of shockers via the boot in this term. Humphrey weaving through traffic off to Bodie Yulin, under pressure, coughed it up straight through the hands of Rankin. Now Powell. Holman tries to chip it up via his boot. Powell back in action. Now to Holman. On his left, went further up in the air than it did forward. So no mark will be paid. Casbolt, no clean possession. Fogarty forced to come up the ground to find a kick. He just got his boot to it. Not sure that will count as a possession. Crouch, now Scholl, works it back to Michael Haney.
Down the line kick. Ball in dispute on the deck once more. Wets the tunnel ball. Throw umpire. Correct. Went back to grade school there, Big Jared. Tried the tunnel ball. Umpire was wise to it. Said we played that game too.
209 centimetres. Thought he could throw it between his legs. Yep.
Does not pass Tom Rockcliffe's thin air philosophy.
Harvey Norman replay. He did get a fist to it. It was an actual handball.
Don't stick up for the ruckman, Brett.
All right.
Down the line go the Crows. Right half forward. Round the body went Scholl. Going to be marked by Sexton. Look, it's not the most thrilling game of football right now.
Don't put this in the time capsule for what we've seen so far.
As the Suns release, though, through the middle. Here we go. Bit of action, bit of excitement. Ainsworth! Thanks, Ben. Takes a mark 45 out directly in front.
Good ball movement. Good ball movement from the Gold Coast Suns off half-back. Cleanest play we've seen almost all night. Took Miller with his footy inside 50. Just Ainsworth going back with the fly. Two Crows defenders, one either side of him. None of them made contact with the body, and he took almost an uncontested mark in the end.
Ben Ainsworth. Simon Black wants him to have a 40-plus goal season. He's kicking it his second for tonight in tough conditions for anybody. Oh, Ben, here's your 40, Black in. He wants more. Suns have got 4-3-27. They lead the Adelaide Crows 1-1-7. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious titanium caravan.
Yeah, he's good enough when the Suns need him. You know, for them to go forward as a club this year, I think he does need to kick 40 plus, and he got 3 last week, didn't he? And He's got his couple tonight. It's only 2 a week you need, Flanners, and he's good enough. His work rate's good enough. And I also like his body language. He looks like he's got presence up in that forward line now, and he's at home, leading that group, and he's got a bit of presence about him. So it's time. He's at an age now when he should really take control of this footy club, and he looks like he's starting to do that.
That play started from Alex Sexton across half-back. In a Took Miller, then off to Ben Ainsworth. He finished that off and has 2 goals on the board along with 6 disposals. Triple M Red Z lending stats. Back in the middle, Crows need to respond. Witts wins it down. Here is Crouch. Handball's over his head. Laird. Now they come out towards the wing, and Fiorini will take the mark. He's got Swallow peeling off to his right, and that's where he goes. And he has another teammate in Holman over the top with a short pass and finds him, honours that lead. Crows pushing back in numbers. He's going to get on his bike and then send it long in the direction of Ben King. He's hardly touched it tonight, Big Ben. Here is Rowell off to Flanders. Flanders, hurry, kick into space, will come off to Roses Jr.
Great kick. Great ball movement again. Matty Rowell just at the bottom of every contest. Hard as a cat's head in there. Wins the contested footy. Gets a handball release. Finds his teammate, delivers a really good kick in the end. Was it Flanders, I think, that delivered it? Just didn't have to break stride. Set up another opportunity here for the Gold Coast Suns.
So Malcolm Roses Jr. was outside Damien Howick's best 22 during the pre-season. Had a bit of a quad niggle, but then fought his way back in. Kicked 3 goals, 2 against the Tigers last week. He provides the spark in the forward 50 and just hits the post.
3rd poster of the night.
Bob Jane T-Marts, Belinda Mellon.
Boys, you see Luke Pedler going back on the ground. He is going to continue playing with a completely busted nose. He's just served out his AIA time. He's gone back on the ground. His nose is stuffed with tissue and completely busted, but he has injected himself back into the game.
Jeez, you must love it when you get those early in the game. This is with me for the next 2.5 quarters. Luke Pedler back on the deck. The Suns looking to attack once more. Missed opportunity there for Roses Jr., but Witts has it. Been outstanding, the big dinosaur. Talked about the battle between he and O'Brien. Well, I've only got myself to blame there, don't I? He has shanked that kick.
Giving the ball away.
As bad as anybody. Thanks, Jared. Midfielder makes up for it, as usual. Down the line.
He came off his shin.
That was, I mean...
Humorous half-time Liam Flanagan Flanners.
Dimmer should take his kicking licence off him for that. Seriously.
Amy Clangers. Don't want myself. Flanners and Clangers.
Oh, here he is. Oh, he's run over and he's having a bad patch. Is Jared. Inside forward 50. Swallow. Body lined it. We'll have a boundary thrown right half forward. I was about to declare him the best player on the ground.
I think we have too many options for the Amy Clanger tonight. Might just play a montage there at half-time. So it's 4-4-28 the Suns, 1-1-7 the Crows. Midway through this second quarter. Clever tap down to O'Brien into space, looking for Scholl, immediately tackled by Tom Berry. Let's get the major ball winners there. Simon Black, Triple M, Red Z lending stat.
Yeah, for the Suns, Flanders has a 15, Anderson 14, Fiorini 13. For the Crows, Matty Crouch has 13, Rankin 10 and Dawson 10.
Flanders handballing to himself, then running into Laird. Ainsworth coming up to half-back. Flanders kicking to space, looking for Berry, tapped it forward. Up towards the wing we go. Casbolt now, Humphrey. Well, Laird couldn't tackle him effectively, but did get the ball loose, and we throw it back in.
Matty Rowell's ability to be able to get his handball the footy whilst getting tackled is just, it's like a Rashudo or a Boss. It's brilliant.
So strong.
Very high praise there from Simon Black. Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off since 1984. Ball in dispute, as it will be for most of the night, you feel. Outer side. Rao, there he is, hunting at hands and knees. 3 efforts, 4 efforts, still going after it. Taps it out only as far as Laird. Finds Crouch. Intercept, no. Keys got there late on Budrick. Then went for the mid-air. Went for the Jared Witts. Missed it clean. Finally, the Crows fans on the outer side get the free kick they've been screaming for. Holding the football.
Who is it? It's Benny Keys. Great pressure. It's what they need. Good to see him get rewarded. They've been trying hard. Suns' hands have been great, but Crows need to get a bit of reward for their effort here.
Yeah, only goal kicker so far. Goes up towards left half forward to a big pack. Off hands Ainsworth. He goes up to a one-on-one looking for Casbolt. He's been their beacon tonight. Ben King brings it to ground. Butts goes off the ground via the boot. Now Matt Crouch, handball over the top. Looking for Murphy. His handball wasn't great. Looking for Dawson. Off the bounce. Suns forced the turnover, but then they turn it over straight away. And here is Mitch Hinge loading with a big ball in towards the forward 50. Bodie Ulan, the spectacular spoil, got up nice and high. And now the Suns get it out wide, and they have found Fiorini.
Spoke about the Adelaide Crows forward half and how it's going to function without Tex Walker there. Obviously the conditions are pretty trying, but they've only had the three shots from the 18 entries so far, so they're not getting the efficiency that they need once they go inside 50, and they continue to fall down across half forward.
Rare that we have the footy on the near side of People First Stadium, but Swallow sends it down the line. Witt's caught behind. Ball got to there though. Dawson dropped it. King, this will be his first touch for the game, I think, Blackie, if we check the Triple M Red Z lending stats.
Correct.
Flanders through the middle. They're loose on the outer side. If Sexton can get there first, straight line ball. Huge effort. It was Gallant. He was superb, but not good enough. Anderson still racking it up. Kick inside forward 50, dropping short, touched off the boot. Dawson was caught. Did he drop the football? Umpire said no, play on. We're going to have a ball up right at centre half forward for the Suns.
No, it's messy, it's ugly, it's who can take their chances, isn't it, going forward? As you said, beautifully, Rock. Only 3 shots from 18 entries for the Crows. They do look a bit all at sea in their forward half.
Just haven't got that forward half functioning. Obviously, you take out your main key forward. It will take a little bit of time to adapt, but they just look all at sea with their ball movement. Once they get over that centre forward area, they just don't have any options.
Suns by 21 points. A couple of stoppages there in a row. And now a free kick.
Against Edwards, the runner for Adelaide Crows.
Good spot there, Rocky.
Dawson's coming off the ground too. I reckon he's got a thumb injury. We'll have to get B to check that one out.
The Bob Jane T-Mart. So Shane Edwards giving away a free kick. That's the last thing you want to do as the runner. Here is Swallow, who will take it and go long. Casbolt. Front and centre there is Humphrey coming through. He's got a little bit of space. He'll just tap it full, though, into the path of Roses Jr. Big bump there from Mitch Hinge. Hinge goes back in and gets the handball out towards Michael Lanny. You can't take it cleanly. Shoal off the deck. That was clever. Now Malera. Now off to Gallant. Gallant's high floating ball up towards the wing. Man in front was the Koscius there with Keys. Comes down to Fogarty. Off to Laird. Now they're out of danger.
No one ahead of footy.
Burgess, Laird. You called it, Blackie. That's right. Crows players just forced to chip it around, although that's a nice kick from Murphy. It opens the corridor for Hinge if he wants it. He does. Long, loads up inside 50. Here's Pedler. Wreck nose and all. Oh, Lukey Pedler! Who needs a working nose? Big, strong one-on-one mark over Bodie Ulan will go back and kick from 30 in front.
Yeah, good ball movement. Hinge, it was a bomb again, and it's probably not the contest you want to go to, but good body work from Pedler. Just edged out his opponent, takes a really good mark, and hopefully go back and nail this.
That's Jared Witts type stuff. It's a wet Luke Pedler. It's a wet footy, and he's sprayed it left. Goal kicking will be at a premium tonight. We've only had 5 for the whole game, and we've got 6.5 left to play. The margin 20 points in favour of the Suns.
And he's got some blood creeping through that bandage as well. So when the umpire spots that, he'll have to come off Luke Pedler. Up towards right half back, picked up by Brodie Smith. 2 games away from game 250. Almost out of bounds on the full though. Rochelle just got there in time. And a boundary thrown right where the 50-metre arc meets the boundary. Crows attacking in. It has been camped up the Suns forward 50 for most of this contest so far. Gold Coast a 4-4-28. Adelaide 1-2-8. 6.5 to play in this first half. Jones overran the footy. Rankin just hovering and lurking and waiting. Pushing the back though, free kick to the man who normally has his nose over the pill first in Matty Rao.
Tough position for the tackler to be in when the player lurches forward like that. Fiorini has it. Just backward of centre, near side, People First Stadium. Suns, the home side, leader by 20 points. Down the line. Again, Casbolt, going to be so important in this contest tonight. With his work rate, in his crashing of packs. Gets to ball ace. Crouch was clean. Miller a 2. Good kick around the body. Finds Sam Berry. Oh, 1 juggle, 2 juggle. Lost it. Then gave away the free kick. Oh, there might be a bit on here as Chase Jones dumps Matty Rao. Nick Holman there on cue to have a few words. The kicking board. The play goes on. We'll keep an eye on Jones and Holman in the back plate. Miller has the football though. Corridor open for the Crows.
Here is Rochelle. Got to get this moving. He's got Fogarty up ahead of him. A little bit indecisive. Managed to slip the Flanders tackle though. Through the middle they come. Straightening up towards centre half forward. Keys, that ball is his, sliding in, can't take the mark. Picked up Tom Berry now, Matt Rowell. Left-handed handball's good. And here is Anderson linking up to Flanders. Flanders goes into the 50. Not a great kick. Or did he give away the free kick there, Ben King? He did. He might have got a hand on it, but his eyes weren't really on the ball, and the umpires will normally pay that against you, and it goes to Worrell.
The Crows are spoken about stagnant through the middle of the ground. They had forwards on in that last bit of passage of play, Rock, but they, as the ball goes out of bounds on the other side there, they just needed to get it to the old over the back and let them run onto it, but they're just too indecisive, and sometimes you just got to just bomb it in and just get your forwards running back towards goal on the ball.
Yeah, just kick it to grass and let your smalls get to work. They've got the speed down there to be able to do it. Rankin, Michelle, those guys to be able to get out the back.
No Taylor Walker, no Riley Tilthorpe. Now lacking that obvious target inside forward 50 tonight. Oh, free kick. That was agricultural at best from Tommy Berry as he gets sat on his backside. And now Hinge and Berry starting to get at it. I wouldn't be surprised if Dimmer runs down from the box to protect Tommy Berry. Now it's Flanders and Hinge having words, but meantime the free kick being taken for the Crows. Really good, strong lead up from Burgess. Brought it forward. Dawson there. Handball miss, will have a boundary throw in.
Cannot get their offensive side of their game going at all tonight, the Adelaide Crows. Will be disappointed with the first half, the way it's played out.
Structure's just going completely out the window in these conditions. Ream hot water, built tough Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream. 20-point Suns lead, 4 minutes to go. First half of footy. Scholl, Rao. Now Scholl goes back in again. Now Rao picks up. He's taken the ground aggressively by Jordan Dawson, holding the footy. Or incorrect disposal maybe. I can't believe it. No Anderson and Matty Rao, but the Crows will take the free kick at right half back. RAA around the grounds. Cats and Saints in Geelong. And it's Geelong with a 15-point lead half time.
Dawson to thump it down the outer side. Ballard positioned well. Rankin beautifully front and centred, but left the footy behind. Collins fists it forward. Great to see a defender wearing a glove in these conditions. You love it. Dawson drops the footy. 1-on-1 v Berry. Berry's pressure is relentless. Inside, Worrell gave it to Berry of the Crows variety. He's wrapped up in a tackle right on the logos.
Tackle numbers there, Simon Black. Where are we at? Triple M Red Z lending stats.
Yeah, tackles.
Going to be a lot of them.
37 to the Suns and 43 to the Crows.
Here is Miller, picks it up off the bounce. Goes with a long high ball. Tracking back there is Casbolt. Witts coming the other way. Ball lace now under pressure from Witts. Forces a boundary throw in. Left forward pocket. Suns end. 4-4-28. They lead. Adelaide 1-2-8. 3 minutes to play second quarter. Brett Thomas, Liam Flanagan, Tom Rockcliffe, Simon Black and Belinda Mellon. We hope she's staying dry on the boundary for Bob Jane T-Marts.
Clear skies at the moment. B, I think, is sitting under a tap. Reckons it's bucketing down. Another boundary throw in on the way.
Bob Jane T-Marts, by the way, have great buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cash back deals. Call or shop online today. T's and C's apply.
Inside the Suns forward 50. Witts to tackle Burgess. Will we see an out of the ruck here? Big Witsy just brought it down in front, nestled it there. Burgess' second effort was brilliant. Wow, strong tackle on Michael Annie. And another ball up. And another push and shove. This time it's Roses Jr. Lightest bloke on the ground.
Yeah, big Levi getting involved as well. Witts. A soft touchdown with the left hand. Berry, Sam, fresh-aired it. Witts picks it up again. It's like pass the parcel. Here is Rochelle. Berry in again. Ellis out wide toward the boundary. Ballard pushing up the ground. He is tackled by Josh Rochelle into the turf. Umpire rushes in and I reckon the umpire might clock the most amount, or the umpires might clock the most amount of Ks tonight.
Might get some votes from Simon Black too. 2 minutes, 30 seconds, a free kick being paid. Going to the Suns. Wayne Miller through the footy. They're telling him about it.
Bit of feeling and spice in this game, in there, both clubs.
Kick's going to be taken by Matty Rao. Did he kick a goal last week?
A 50-metre penalty.
Oh, and a 50.
Silly from the Adelaide Crows there. They just grabbed Nick Holman in a headlock. It's 50 metres every day of the week. As soon as you touch someone over the shoulder, absolute certain goal now. That's a very, very poor mistake.
Who got sucked in there, Rocky? We'll keep an eye on Triple M Harvey Norman replay.
I didn't see the player, but I just seen Holman get headlocked.
On a night where goals are very, very hard to come by, the Suns have been given a gift. 5 goals for 34. They stretch their margin on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard over the Adelaide Crows to 26 points.
Yeah, a fair bit of frustration coming in from Adelaide. They just got to get to work, don't they, from the middle of the ground. They just got to try to be predictable for each other. We'll see you in the Harvey Norman replay. Gee, it looks like it's a bit stitched, a bit rough, that free kick against Malera there for a throw. But anyway, on top of that was some lipping off by the Adelaide side for the 50-metre penalty. But look, they're going to get to work here. The game's starting to blow out here. 5 goals to 1 to the Suns. And there's frustration everywhere from the Crows. They've got to start to win their ball rock and start getting it forward, and some predictability about the way they're playing. Get some speed on the ball because they're too hesitant at the moment.
Yeah, they certainly do. They need to get their offensive side of the game. Harvey Norman replay. Brodie Smith was the player. So you wouldn't expect that from him to get Holman in a headlock.
It was hardly a Barry Hall-Scott-Thompson headlock, though. It was over in about a tenth of a second. Michael Lanny dropped what he probably should have taken there with Rosas Jr. Next to him, here is Hinge. Now ball lace. Kick around the corner, looking for and finding Sam Berry. Where does the next kick go? Gallant and Fogarty are the long targets, and he goes in that direction. Powell coming across in the hole. Whistles going off everywhere, and the free kick will go the Suns' way. Harvey Norman 2023 TV and soundbar run-out sale ends tomorrow. Don't miss clearance prices on the entire stock from last year, TVs and soundbars. So it'll be Charlie Ballard to take the free kick. 5-4 for the Suns. Crows 1-2-8. 90 seconds remaining in this first half of footy. Goes to right half forward. Lukosius forced to spoil from behind. Dawson wrapping around the pack and driving that up towards the wing. Fogarty just clipped Powell. Umpire didn't see it. Off hands Rochelle.
Yeah.
Rochelle goes to left half forward, but the Suns have numbers, and Sam Collins will mop that up every day of the week.
It's a bit of
his closing speed was good late. Came from Rankin. Tried to affect the Suns. Had time to assess though. Sat it. That was clumsy. Jordan Dawson knew it. Free kick Ballard. The frustration is starting to come through on these senior Adelaide Crows players. I get the feeling that Darcy Fogarty might do something silly if he's late to a contest at some stage in the next 40 seconds. They really need to get into half-time and just cool their jets. Miller took it away from the contest. Centre wing near side. Collins brings it down. Then a big thumping fist. Chase Jones! Wits went through him! Poor old Chase. Somebody check on Chase!
He heard the footsteps coming. He had a quick check of and seen Big Witsy coming.
Jeez, Jared, have some sympathy.
Here is Toot Miller now from the stoppage. Right, big tackle there on Chase Jones from Matt Rao. He's had a busy couple of minutes there, Chase Jones. Hands and knees, Humphrey will throw it back in. I tell you what, we've got fight night coming up in Adelaide, the Gathering. During the gather round, your old teammate Kane Corns fighting, and your old teammate Mitch Robinson there, Blackie, is fighting as well. We might see one tonight the way it's going.
Yeah, I know, and I'd love to see the lowest half-time score of the Crows over their journey. 1 goals 2, that'd be thereabouts. This has been a very poor first half from the Crows.
Well, that, I think, will be the score at half-time as the clock winds down. We'll get our research department up the back to check that out for you. Simon Black. And there is the siren for half-time. Ugly stuff, a lot of feeling in it, though. The Suns leading the Crows 5-4-34. Adelaide are 1-2-8 on a wet night here on the Gold Coast for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter, the Titanium Caravans. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream. 3.5 minutes until Triple M ranks footy. Three minutes until
Triple M rocks footy.
Two and a half minutes until
Triple M rocks footy.
minutes until
Triple M rocks footy.
seconds until
Triple M rocks footy.
minute until
Triple M rocks footy.
seconds until
Triple M rocks footy.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break for Specsavers. Book an appointment with an audiology professional at specsavers.com.au/hearing. T's and C's apply.
Yes, halftime on the Gold Coast. Wet night here. Suns and Crows. It is Gold Coast by 26 points. They lead 5-4-34. Adelaide in their first match of the season are 1-2-8. The goal kickers, only multiple goal kicker at halftime is Ben Ainsworth, kicked the first of the night and took a strong mark for his second as well. Noah Anderson, Tom Berry and Matt Rowell, and the only goal kicker for the Crows is Ben Keys. Halftime break for Specsavers Audiology. It's Brett Thomas, Liam Flanagan, Tom Rockcliffe and Simon Black, who's been busy doing some research. He's been going through the history books to try and find out, is this the Crows' lowest ever halftime score? What have you found? Have we got an answer, or are we still looking?
Well, I've been given a piece of paper, and it says that the lowest score at half-time was back in round 17, 2021, not that long ago, actually, and it was 1 goal, 9 points at half-time against Essendon. So
COVID year, so we had the shortened quarters.
Oh, there you go.
No?
21.
Oh, 2020 was the short quarters.
2020.
Right, yes.
So, look, it's been a hard game to watch in some respects. With the rain that's came down, it's made it a very scrappy affair, and the skills have been quite poor. But, look, there's two sides out there, and the Suns, I should say, have had a bit more class and a bit more method with their ball use, haven't they, and taken their chances far more. Adelaide going forward, Rock, they just look a little bit dysfunctional and no cohesion, and we just kept talking in the second quarter there about just love to see them take the game on, just kick the ball to space and just let their small forwards get to work. Obviously Tex isn't there tonight. It's been a tough night for Fogarty, but just get in there and just give their small forwards a chance.
Yeah, they've been they've been pulled apart a little bit, the Crows forwards, and seen one entry there, Sam Collins was by himself. Took an uncontested chest mark inside his defensive 50, and there was no Adelaide Crows forwards anywhere to be seen. So they've just been pulled apart completely. They need to have a look at that at half time, try and rectify that, whether they play someone out of the goal square or a bit deeper closer to goal. Don't get involved in the team defence, just so they've got a bail out, a long option. You might have to swing Riley O'Brien or someone like that down there for 5-10 minutes, just to give them a long out option, long inside 50, because at the moment they just can't find anything forward to centre at the moment. The Adelaide Crows, they've kicked the 1 goal 2 to half time. They haven't not had inside 50 entries either. They've had 23. Gold Coast have only had the 24, but the return that the Gold Coast Suns have given has been much better. They're just providing a contest to key forwards. King hasn't had the best game, but he provides a contest down there. Casbolt allows their smalls to get there and crumb and potentially hit the scoreboard.
For fielders, if you can imagine it, you can build it with fielders. You've gone through some of the matchups there and potential changes they can make at half-time. Matty Nix, what about an Isaac Rankin? Could you throw him in the middle? He's a go-forward player. He wants to get it and go forward. Is that something that they could look at as well, Blackie? Or is it robbing Peter to pay Paul?
A little bit, I think so. Potentially, he's such a dangerous in these wet conditions, I feel, going forward. Just got to get it in there and give him a chance. Even just kick it in on the ground and let him get to work. But it just hasn't been. You're right, Rock. It's a good point you made. Ahead of the ball, they've been getting sucked up the Adelaide forwards too much, and when they kick it out of their back half, they've been outnumbered numerous times. So, look, I think they need to start maybe a bit of speed through the middle of the ground. Maybe you could throw Rankin up there for 5-10 minutes, just get him involved and just try to get some territory on the footy. But it's just been hard going for the Crows. There's been no real function the way they've been trying to do it. It's been very stagnant, and if nothing else, just love to see them just try and take the game on. They're going to need to, because they're going to kick a score. Tough night to kick a high score, and they're down by 4 goals already. You're going to have to get some speed on that footy.
And so what are the Suns doing differently to have a 26-point lead at half-time?
Well, I think they've just provided a contest. Their keys, they're not dominating in the air or anything like that, but they're providing the contest, being predictable to their smalls at ground level. But when they've had the opportunity to go fast, Gold Coast Suns are taking it on, and it hasn't been pretty all the time, but we've seen when Miller got it through the corridor, he's seen Ainsworth out. It just took the risk, took an opportunity to go inside 50, where it feels like the Adelaide Crows, when they're out and they've got space, they're hesitant to take that option and try and hit the footy to space or take that half-risky kick. But to be fair, across the board, both teams, their skill levels haven't been great tonight.
Half-time segment, Amy Clangers. Clangers happened. Lucky you're with Amy. We had a few to pick from in that first half. Not sure what they've got lined up for us here, fellas. Could be any one of us tonight. We've all had our moments and some play on the field as well. Let's hear what we got, the Amy Clangers. Fire away.
Roses Jr.'s loved it there. Oh, he's missed his foot. Oh, that is one of the all-time balls-ups. Malcolm Roses Jr. not only missed the shot at goal, then he spun around and kicked it out of bounds on the full.
He had a fresh air. He completely missed the footy and then did a full 360 and kicked it out on the full.
For inside the Crows forward 50, they trail by 8 points. Quick kick off the deck, I beg your pardon, came from Alex Sexton. There's the Amy halftime blunder. Talked about the battle between he and O'Brien. Well, I've only got myself to blame there, don't I? He has shanked that kick.
Giving the ball away.
As bad as anybody. Thanks, Jared. Midfielder makes up for it, as usual.
Came off his shin.
That was,
Humorous half-time Liam Flanagan flatter.
Dimmers should take his kicking licence off him for that. Seriously.
Clangers.
Maybe Clangers. Don't want myself.
Flanners.
Well, I said it could be any one of us, and it was all of us.
Not happy about that, really. I feel like I've probably been best on ground so far in that first half, and yet, I'm being targeted in the halftime break.
The action out on the ground hasn't been great. It hasn't been great up here either.
Clangers happen. Lucky you're with Amy. RAA around the grounds. Let's find out what else has been happening today. Jake Stringer, 4 goals for the Bombers, surging home to beat the Hawks by 4 goals at the MCG. Giants over the Kangaroos by 39. And in the live match right now, early in the third quarter, Cats have led most of the way against St Kilda, currently up by 10 points. It's South Australia, Rocky. It's a check side. We saw one of those from Tom Berry tonight. Not a banana, as you know, because footy sounds different when you're local, and so does insurance. Insure with RAA, the local team who supports you and your team. Half-time here, we're going to clean up and figure out what we're doing in the box, and we will come back and dissect what we think is about to happen in the third quarter. When the Suns charge out, they hold a 26-point lead over the Adelaide Crows at half-time. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That halftime break for Specsavers. Book an appointment with an audiology professional at specsavers.com.au/hearing. T's and C's apply.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
3.5 minutes until Triple M ranks footy. Minutes until
Triple M rocks footy.
Two and a half minutes until
Triple M rocks footy.
minutes until
Triple M rocks footy.
Seconds until
Triple M rocks footy.
Minute until
Triple M rocks footy.
Seconds until
Triple M rocks footy.
Shut up, the footy's on Triple M.
This quarter for Beacon Trade. Beacon Trade has the backs of tradies now more than ever. Beacon Trade. Let's make light work.
Crows and Suns back out onto People's Choice Stadium. It is Gold Coast with a 26-point lead, a few minutes away from starting this third term. Still the half-time break, though. For Specsavers Audiology, book an appointment with an audiology professional at specsavers.com.au/hearing. T's and C's apply. Blackie, we were talking about your eyesight before the game. Perhaps you should pop into Specsavers Audiology.
Absolutely.
I'm passing down some notes to you.
Yeah, I'm in denial. That mid-40s age, BT, where I need glasses. I keep turning the light on to see the piece of paper and put it about a metre away, Flanners, and I actually went into an optometrist throughout the week and got my first pair of glasses.
Did you really?
Left them at home.
For just driving and reading, or no?
Reading.
Reading, okay.
Yeah, he's trying to get me to wear them for long range too. And mate, I'm not there.
You need to make that old man change to your phone where the font is in like size 28.
Yeah.
Looks like you've zoomed in on everything.
Look, the footy's been difficult to watch tonight, Rocky. Hope you appreciate the pun. Slippery when wet is the theme we're going with the game that we've seen so far. Do we see it breaking open all in the second half, or more of the same? It's just been about territory and stoppage.
Yeah, it's been a really scrappy affair. Gold Coast have probably won that battle. As the game's gone on, the contested footy numbers would suggest that the Crows should probably be in front. They're +4, but there is a bit more rain still on the radar. So it looks like, I'm not sure whether we'll get a free-flowing game or anything like that, but even before the rain came, it was a scrappy affair in itself. So they need to, for the Adelaide Crows, they just need to get some quicker ball movement, give their forwards an opportunity.
I think what's the difference between the two sides, in all honesty, is the midfield handballing from the Suns has been really good. If there's a positive from this game, it's been eye-catching for mine. It's been the Suns bang, bang with their hands. They've been able to get it out to a bit of space and use the ball better from there. So, yeah, it's a big challenge for the Crows midfield in the second half.
Hats off to the fans out there that are still using the slide and the Ferris wheel or whatever that is, that ride that they've got here at the Gold Coast to attract new spectators to the ground. Even though it's incredibly wet, it's still somehow operational.
Is it Jake Saligo, a player you'd look to inject at half-time, possibly the sub for the Crows?
Yeah, well, it depends. You'd probably look at taking one of their forwards out because they're just not having any impact, those tools down there. Fogarty's had the 3 disposals.
Lockie
Gallant's had the 2. Burgess has had the 6. It's not really their fault, but it's just not functioning at all well with those guys down in that forward half of the ground.
And we thought their structure, would obviously look different without Tex and without Thilthorpe as well. Then you throw in the weather, and that's why they're a bit out of shape tonight. Book an appointment with an audiology professional at specsavers.com.au/hearing. T's and C's do apply. Suns going into a tight huddle. The Crows doing the same as well. There's been a lot of feeling in this game, though, for those that are just joining us tonight. Wayne Miller gave away a silly free kick in that second quarter. A lot of push and shove going on. Yeah,
push and shove. Gave away a free kick, Brodie Smith, and then gave away a 50-metre penalty, which you just can't afford to do on nights like tonight when you're in at half-time and it's 34-8, a low-scoring affair. You can't give up certain goals like the Adelaide Crows did with that 50-metre penalty. So they need to make sure that both teams keep their emotions in check and don't give away silly free kicks.
All right, moments away from the opening bounce of this second half, this quarter, the Triple M Beacon Trades scoreboard. Tradies, while you're getting behind the footy, the team at Beacon Trades getting behind you with exclusive trade pricing on lighting, electrical, and Australia's largest range of fans for the Aussie home. Partner up with a team that always has your back at beacontrade.com.au. Beacon Trade, Flanners, let's make light work.
Players getting ready in position for the second half. We saw a grand total of 6 goals in the first half. The second lowest halftime score for the Adelaide Crows in their history. Can they improve? Can they bounce back? Can they light a fire under their start to the 2024 season? People First Stadium. Suns will be kicking to the left of your radio dial. Crows to the right. We got the big dinosaurs in the middle. Witts, O'Brien. All the big guns in the middle too. Rao, Anderson, Miller. What a trio. And then Dawson and Laird and Crouch. Best of the best, starting in the centre square to get us underway in the second half. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy, Simon Black, Tom Rockcliffe, Brett Thomas, Liam Flanagan, Belinda Mellon. That's your call team. I've drawn this out as long as I can. What are they waiting for?
Everyone's just standing around waiting for the bounce of the ball. Downstairs, Bob Jane T-Mart's Belinda Mellon.
Hold on,
B.
we've got the countdown. We'll get down to you in a sec, B. Here we go on the big screen. 1. We're ready to get underway now. The umpire holds the ball aloft. Now the big men go at it. Witts to Rao, spun out, somehow got a kick away while being tackled. Ball back in dispute. Crouch was clean, gave it to Smith. Miller backwards to Humphrey, inside forward 50. Ball got out the back to Ben King. Has not been his night. Still was clean there. Anderson mid-air handball. Shuffling ball, dance step, Humphrey. Anderson once more. This all happening at centre half forward. Crouch was good. Rankin was clean. Here come the Crows.
Laird kicks into space. Yulin had turned around, then turned back the other way and got the spoil into the path of Ballard, who flips it back in the Yulin direction. Keys right behind him, and it goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. Let's get downstairs for Bob Jane T. Marts, Belinda Mellon B. We called off prematurely that the rain had stopped, but what's it like downstairs now? Is it still raining now?
No, it's beautiful down here now. I ducked into the bathroom, got myself some paper towel, dried off my seat, and I am happily sitting boundary side again. So isn't that good news, boys?
Great work, B. Let's hope the footy dries up as well. We see some fast movement from both sides. Not a lot of highlights in that first 2 quarters of footy. Shoal around the corner looking for Crouch. Crouch goes into the 50, but Collins was playing in front of Fogarty. Now Burgess. Fogarty, good work on his left. The snap. Goal square is open. Nowhere near it though. Out of bounds on the full from the big Crows key forward.
Marcus here.
Just again then, Fogarty caught behind. He's got to be in front, particularly in wet weather footy. You've got to play in front as a forward. Give yourself every opportunity when you get him, because you're not going to get a lot of looks at it tonight, and he hasn't had a lot of looks, but you can't be caught behind Collins on that contest.
Short ball, Budrick finds Fiorini. Still in his defensive 50, down the wing. Witts, Casbolt in the wrestle there with O'Brien and Borlase. Chipping ball over the top. Leading to it was Lukosius, but beaten to it by Worrell. Handball in dispute. Miller wrapped up by Laird. A couple of blokes with some All-Australian jackets in their cupboards. We'll have a ball up.
Matty Nix coaching from the bench. Damien Harwick still up in the box as Witts taps it down, but straight into the breadbasket of Lockie Shoal. Swallow couldn't take the mark. Tapped forward there by Butterick into the path of Swallow, who picked it up and just got the ball moving forward up towards the wing. Casbolt now waiting for Rao to get there first, who was tackled by Crouch. Umpire hovering. They were hot on the holding the ball in the first 2 quarters of footy, weren't they, fellas? But Matty Rao will get up and throw it back to the umpire, and we reset. A couple of metres in from the boundary, O'Brien, textbook stuff down to Laird, now to Shoal. His wobbling ball up towards left half forward, comes out the front of the pack. Crouch coming in, upended by Butterick. And then Took Miller takes Lockie Murphy over the boundary line and out of bounds, and we throw it back in. The margin remains as it was at half time. It's the Suns 5-4-34. The Crows are 1-2-8.
Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trade has the backs of tradies now more than ever. Beacon Trade, let's make light work. It's a 26-point margin in favour of the home side. Early stages, third term. People First Stadium. Crows just working a little cleaner out of these stoppages in this third term so far, as Big Fist comes across from Swallow. We'll have a boundary thrown inside the forward 50. Little O'Brien starting to get on top at the stoppages, Blake.
Yeah, spot on, Funners. And at ground level, they're starting to really be quite powerful with their hands, be able to get out of congestion really well, and it's going to get some bang for buck. They've obviously worked really hard. I think kicked the 1 goal to half time, and they need some reward for their effort here and get a chance at the stoppage inside 50.
Maybe get some repeat stoppages as Rao coming through. Now Fogarty, umpire letting the play go on. Trying to find Dawson or Laird. Gets to Laird. Laird's kick toward the pocket. Burgess and Ballard right there. We'll throw it back in. Left forward pocket, Crows end.
They need to get some reward here, the Adelaide Crows. They need to find a way to manufacture a goal from this stoppage. They've had a few repeat entries to start this third quarter. They need to start to get some reward on the scoreboard now.
Can they find their second goal here? Burgess will do the ruck work against Witts. Ball spins back into play. Comes forward, power was good. Fiorini inside, and just like that, the Suns are gone. Anderson, although he shinned it, it's coming back. Crouch, outlet wide. Millerer, further wide still. Around the body, inside, just over the top. The kick from Shoal was a little hot. And we'll have a boundary throw in once again, just inside the Crows forward 50.
Jared, Adelaide.
Around the grounds, Cats over the Saints by 10 points. They've led all night there, Geelong. Earlier today, Giants over the Kangaroos by 39. Bombers over the Hawks by 4 goals. Over the back, O'Brien got another hit out. Tuke Miller coming in, trying to pick it up off the deck. Rankin lost it. Rowell off his boot into the path of Ainsworth. Kicked 2 goals in the opening half. He's tackled by Brodie Smith. And we'll go again. Brett Thomas, Liam Flanagan, Tom Rockcliffe, Simon Black, Belinda Mellon on the boundary with you tonight as O'Brien trying to tap it boundary side. But the free kick goes Gold Coast way. Now they are up and running. Ainsworth with a bit of time to assess what he wants to do. He goes out towards Casbolt. He's got numbers streaming in the 50. Needs to get it moving, Big Levi. Ben King goes towards the pocket. Hardly touched it tonight. Just got a fingertip to it. It's still alive for Humphrey off the deck. Just missing to the right-hand side. And our first score of the third quarter. Point to the Suns. 5-5-35. Dimmer looking a little bit frustrated on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Crows are 1-2-8.
Oh, no. Oh, it's lucky we've had the Amy halftime clanger, because Brodie Smith has just written his name in pen. He has, from the kick-in, delivered it on the chest to Bailey Humphrey, 25 out directly in front.
Who was the man on the mark?
There was no one on the mark.
He kicked it straight to him. It's incredible.
So Bailey Humphrey, Brodie Smith was, again, the one who put Nick Holman in a headlock in that second term, gifted the Suns a goal down the other end to Matt Rao, and now he's gifted one to Bailey Humphrey, the boy from Moe. They'll build him a statue by the end of his career, and he's kicked the Suns 6th. This is starting to get desperate for the Adelaide Crows. 6-5-41, the Adelaide Crows 1-2-8. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Beacon Trade is the backs of tradies now more than ever. Beacon Trade, let's make life work.
They had the ball really dominant in their front half for the first part of this third quarter, and they got it out at ease, didn't they, from their back half there, the Gold Coast Suns, and then kicked it behind. And gee whiz, Brodie Smith has been such a reliable kicker of the football over a long, long time now. That was a moment he, poor fella, will not remember fondly. And for Bailey Humphries, that's important for him. He hasn't been given much to the Suns to start last weekend and tonight, so he'll get his confidence going, the young man too.
Yeah, big raps on him. Damien Hardwick, very impressed in the pre-season. Maybe just felt some of that pressure being compared by Dimmer to a young Dustin Martin. Triple M Seabus Super special comments from Simon Black and Tom Rockcliffe tonight. Seabus Super making hard work pay off since 1984. The Suns get another free kick in the middle to Matt Rao. Matt Rao thought about Flanders initially, but he might be looking to just pump that long, put the Crows defence under pressure, going to a one-on-one. O'Brien getting back in the hole, wrestling there with Witts. Ball comes down to the feet there of Sam Berry, tackled by Bailey Humphrey, the goal kicker. And this is a good spot to have a forward 50 stoppage with a bit of room either side. Let's see what Witts can create in his 50 here. O'Brien's lifted in this term. He palmed it down straight into the path of Roses Jr. The goal square is open. Did it take a hand on the way through? Doesn't matter because it bounced off to the left in the end. Through for another behind. So Gold Coast peppering away, 6-6-42, Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Crows still their half-time score, 1-2-8, 15 minutes to play third quarter.
What'd you say their all-time lowest total was, Blackie? Adelaide Crows?
2 goals, 9-21, according to...
They were a long way off that. Ball out of side, People First Stadium.
Holding the man.
Advantage, free kick Suns, inside forward 50, Ben King one-on-one. Ball ace did really well. Umpire said he did it illegal. No, free kick ball ace.
Have to see that on the Harvey Norman replay. Ben King had the front position, so he must have grabbed a jumper from behind.
What are Ben King's numbers there, Blackie? Triple M Red Z lending stats.
Yeah, quiet night, just the 2 handballs.
Not a night for the key forwards. Ball ace goes up to a contest and now skirting the boundary. Michael Annie did that well, found a target Fogarty. This is good build-up here from the Crows. He goes out wide. They've got some free players. Here is Dawson. Dawson on the left, goes toward the pocket, tracking back into space was Rankin. Thought about playing on. Geez, he almost did. Just that little half step forward. And the boos here from the crowd. We wondered if they would. He's going to ignore that step around. And snags the goal, Isaac Rankin. His first impact on the scoreboard tonight. Ben Keys had kicked their only goal in the first term. Adelaide moved to 2-2-14. The Suns are 6-6-42 on the Triple M Beacon Trade score.
Well, the two players that we spoke about the pre-game needing to have an impact big time tonight, and Fogarty and Isaac Rankin. And what do? The Crows, they got some speed on the ball from half back. They got it, must be said, a beautiful mark from Fogarty there out there on the wing, but he got back. He was calm, but he moved the ball on pretty quickly, kicked it to space over the back to Rankin, who went back in a great position and slotted a critically important goal for his side.
Bob Jane teammates, Belinda Mellon.
Tactical sub from the Adelaide Crows. So Jake Saligo comes into the ground. He's about to run on right now, and Lockie Gallant is the player who takes his seat on the bench.
Nice work, B. You called it, boys. You said one of those tall forwards might make way for Saligo. He is into the game. Bob Jane teammates, a great buy three, get one free, plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. Here come the Suns, looking to reply quickly. Ben King got rid of ball ace on this occasion. Banana! Quick smother across the line, minor score, 6-7-43. The Crows 2-2-14. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
29 points, Suns lead. Mitch Hinge is just held up momentarily from bringing this back into play. No one on the mark. He's going to play on this time. Go up towards the wing. And there's a strong mark to Gallant. So he's still out there. They want to bring Saligo on, but they maybe couldn't get Gallant off in time. Can they go end-to-end here, the Crows? They're up inside their forward 50. Ball comes out towards Crouch at the point of the square. Now to Laird. Laird looking for Millera. Got it back to him. Now Ainsworth coming through. Here is Millera. Out wide looking for Rochelle. Handball won't get there. Alice fast hands. Ended up with Hewland. Man in front was Mitch Hinge. And took the mark inside the centre square. Crows need to get it moving. Can they get Gallant off in time? Is he off yet? Waiting to get their sub on. As Hinge will load up on his left boot. Out towards right half forward. Coming across the front of the pack was Pedler. Couldn't take the mark. Fogarty good hands off towards Laird. Into space. It'll bounce once, bounce twice. And through for a behind. Crows now 2-3-15. The Suns are 6-7-43.
There's a storm brewing on the Adelaide Crows bench, I'm being told. Belinda Mellon, as the Suns chip it around the outer side, can you give us an update?
I can tell you that the AFL officials are not very happy down here, given that Gallant is still on the field and Saligo's taken his vest off. They're yelling at him and pointing, saying, get off the ground, you shouldn't be out here. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a little infraction notice issued during the week. Oh
no, we just saw Chase Jones come off the ground, so Lockie Gallant must still be out there. AFL officials not happy with the Adelaide Crows. Boundary throw in, outer side, play resumes. It's opened up a little bit in this third term. Matty Rao with the clearance round the body. Ball got out the back. That's where Roses Jr. wants it. Ball ace was waiting though. Up and under kick. Big contest needed. Matty Rao doing everything so far this evening. Gets it back. Releases his good mate Noah Anderson. He goes inside. Roses Jr. marks. Plays on. Kicks a goal. Malcolm's got a couple, and the Suns extend their lead on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. 7-7-49. The Crows 2-3-15 with a touch under 12 minutes to play in the third term.
Hats off Matty Rao. We see on the Harvey on replay his ability once again to get his hands free whilst being tackled, to offload to his other super talented teammate Noah Anderson. Magnificent play, wasn't it? We'll see again the Harvey Norman replay. Just the ability for the Suns here to, over the course of the night, to get the ball on the outside from such a congested, wet, sluggish sort of conditions. They've done that really well, must be said, tonight.
Well, Lockie Gallant's finally off, and Jake Saligo, the sub, is charging into the middle of People's First Stadium. So it took them, seemed like an eternity, to get their sub on the field. Here come the Suns again. Flanders gets the clearance, sends the ball out wide and long. Hinge got a fingertip to it. Millera chasing up the footy. Happy for that to go out of bounds.
You're almost better of trying to slap the ball out of Matty Rao's hands than tackle him. I remember once meeting Gary Ablett Jr., and Gary Ablett Jr. used to do that a lot. I said to him, Gaz, he used to, rather than tackle him,
like a basketball steal.
Yeah, swat in the hands. He said, I wanted the ball, not them. I like his response. And Matty Rao's about the same. He's so strong and powerful, you might as well slap the ball out of his hand.
Casbolt took it clean out of the ruck. Miller off to Fiorini. King goes toward the right forward pocket. Bent over the footy again now. Farms a handball out to Matt Rao, pushing forward. He's kicked one in this game. He's going to centre it, though, to Bailey Humphrey. Bailey Humphrey lands in his lap. He'll line up for his second.
And he's getting on top, isn't he, Matty Rao? He's up to leading clearance player on the ground with a 7, along with his teammate Touk Miller, but they're starting to really take over here, the Suns midfield.
Even his missed kicks, like he did try and centre that footy up, but it wasn't the best kick, but landed on Humphrey's chair.
Push out.
Pick 6 in the 2022 draft. Simon Black said at half-time he was one player that could lift. He heard the call. He kicked one, which was an absolute gift. This one he's earned, and he's kicked it behind. Gold Coast, though, chip away 7-8-50. The Crows are 2-3-15. 10 minutes to play, third quarter for McDonald's Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy. Macca's, by the way, new surprise fries, Flanners. Peel any medium or large fries for a chance to find a prize.
I like it. Crows bring it in, Hinge, long. Now they're out the back. Ben Keys with some time, with some space. Looks inside forward 50. The kick is just too hot for Darcy Fogarty. The Suns defenders sweat, and then now they'll sweep to the outer side. Linking up beautifully. The skills are great. Tommy Berry has the football. The run continues. Fiorini recast as a wingman. Dimmer Hardwick says he sees a bit of Sean Grigg in him. Leads up. This is training stuff now as the rain begins to pitter-patter once again, Rocky. Casbolt inside to Flanders. Flanders, top of the square. Guess who? Of course it's Matty Rao. Of course he doesn't look for a teammate. Of course he stuffs up the passage and misses everything. Matty!
It was looking so good.
Oh.
You could feel the crowd urge him to have a ping at the goals there, Matty Rao. And here he is again with the spoil. Missed the goal. Forces a boundary throwing. Crows looking for Soligo, the sub, coming out of defence, and Matt Rao getting across, Rocky, and great spoil.
That's just a player that's all in on this game. He's alert. He's seen his opponent take off after he kicked it on the full, and he'd head down, bum up, work to the next contest, affected the spoil, forced a potential another entry here for the Gold Coast Suns.
The coach is having a run in the ruck along with O'Brien. The Suns get that ball working forward. Michael Lenny camped underneath it and takes it. And he's going to go further back to Worrell. Worrell at full back, gets on his bike and goes to the open side of the ground. He's going to a one-on-one. And Lockie Murphy, can he win it? Yes, he can. Couldn't take the mark, but got it off the bounce. Over the top to Fogarty, pushing up the ground. This has been their issue, though. Where does the kick go now? Does he have any tall targets? They've taken Galland off. He's got Chris Burgess getting back and the skipper in Dawson. And Dawson, they've been experimenting with him coming out of the square. Rocky, you were saying in the pre-match a bit.
Yeah, pre-season, they certainly did it in the second practice game. At Richmond Oval, I think it was, against West Coast late in that game, he came out of the goal square. So I'd imagine they might have to try him down there at certain times, but that rain certainly picked up again.
Boundary thrown, Lukosius v O'Brien. O'Brien has the size. Rankin has the footy. The drizzle falls and the dribble goal around the body. Missed the lot. What about the Suns fans? The old Bronx cheers for their former man, Isaac Rankin. Free kick, Suns left back pocket.
Those long-suffering Suns fans letting him know all about it. Not his night and not the Crows so far.
It's been 12 years, BT.
Yours.
35 points.
Outside 5, stay with him, Darcy.
Is Gold Coast's lead.
Play on.
Haven't started a season 2-0 since Rocket was coach about 6 years ago. Here is Casbolt trying to tap it in the Tom Berry direction. Picked up by Ben Ainsworth, skirting the boundary along the deck, looking for Humphrey. Sweated on by Michael Annie, and now the Crows come up with the ball. Soligo, the sub, up towards a contest. Collins getting in front of Fogarty and fists that a long way. Got about 30 metres on that spoil. Goes out of bounds, true centre wing, far side of the ground. 7-8-50 the Suns. Crows 2-3-15.
Rocky, do you reckon Dimmer would have put much mental focus on this third term given what happened last week against the Tigers?
Yeah, I'd say so. They would have wanted to come out in this third quarter and make a statement, make sure that they didn't give the Adelaide Crows an opportunity to get back in the game. And the first five or so minutes of the quarter, Adelaide dominated, had it in their front half, just couldn't get the goal. But Suns have responded really well since then.
Back inside, the Crows forward 50. The spoil from Hewlin last minute on Rochelle might have been a goal saver. Sexton clears the danger. Now it's headed back in the Suns' direction. Outer side, Flanders was clean. Anderson was free inside. The handball was not great though. It found Dawson, who loops it all the way back to right half back. Footy in the hands of Michael Annie. Roses Jr. got to him late, gave a free kick away. Advantage taken by Hinge. Here come the Crows.
This is what they need to do. This is a good play from Mitch Hinge. play on, drive it long, give your forwards a chance instead. David Swallow, great bodywork there on Sam Berry. Takes a contested mark deep in defence, Simon Black. Here's a marvel.
Yeah, he's been a stalwart, hasn't he?
He's going to drive it toward the bench where Jared Witts has just come back on. Michael Annie was awake to it, though, and got up, forced a contest. Now to Ben King, couldn't trap it. Holman shuffled the ball forward in the path of Dawson, who slaps it on his left boot. Up to a contest, Fiorini turning into two tacklers. And Sexton, in fact, it was holding the ball, and that was a fair call. So they've got it 50 out from goal. Ball in the hands of Josh Rochelle. We'll get his numbers if you got him there, Simon Black. Does he have the leg, though, Rocky?
The 9 touches so far, no goals.
What do you reckon? I think in the conditions, I don't think you'll get that. He's going to have to kick that 55, 56. Wind, not much wind about, but the rain's starting to fall quite heavy for the last sort of 5 or 10 minutes.
Third season, Josh Rochelle picked 6 in the 21 draft, as we know, along with Jake Saligo. He's got the accuracy. It was on target. Did it have the distance? It dropped close to the goal line. The goal umpire says we don't need a review. He's happy to call that a behind. And the Suns, before we can review it, they're just going to move that ball back into play.
You know how much Adelaide Crows fans love goal reviews. Ball in the hands of Lukosius, right back pocket to the outer side. Casbolt has just not stopped leading up and providing an option. Anderson saw the runners release wide. Just keeping it moving forward was Humphrey. Taken very high was Tommy Berry. Umpire saw it. I reckon Tommy Berry's got the ability to live under your skin.
Yeah, he's got that way about him, hasn't he? He's been terrific again tonight. His defensive pressure's been terrific, fantastic for the Suns up there.
Jeez, I can't wait to see him take on big brother Jared in the Battle of Brisbane when that rolls around. He's just going to drop it to a very dangerous spot. Ben King has the run. Ben King has the jump. Difficult to take one of those in these conditions. Straight lining the footy. Ainsworth went there hip and shoulder, but he did it on a boy that can ride him. Jake Saligo, the sub into the game. He's put it out of bounds on the full free kick. Suns out of sight.
That was a good collision, that one.
Yeah, good hard contest. Got to be so careful when you choose to bump these days.
It was kind of the last second turn there from Saligo. Just rode the bump and spun away from it. As the Suns edge the ball forward, they've got it in the hands of Alex Sexton. We know he loves a goal, but the Suns are bringing Sexy back this season. They sent him into defence, and now he's creeping forward to have a ping at the big sticks. He's going to pretend he'll tee this up. No, he won't pretend. He'll actually do that. He's going to send it out towards the pocket. Worrell maybe grazed his knuckle coming through, out of bounds. Right forward pocket. Suns get a stoppage and they can camp the ball in their fifth.
Clamp it down. It's coming down that rain out there. If you get down to Ballard, getting soaked, I would have thought, with Flanners.
We'll check on B in a moment. He loves these conditions. She enjoys them almost as much as you used to, Blackie. That's where she does her best work. Boundary throw and inside the Suns forward 50. Berry didn't quite roll the tackle. Got in the back. It'll be a free kick. Worrell took the advantage. Not sure there was any. Kick to a 2-on-1, and we're going to have a boundary throw in centre wing out of side. Belinda Mellon for Bob Jane T-Marts. Ground conditions.
Absolutely delightful down here, boys. And you know I'm well used to being surrounded by drips, so it's just part of the course.
Champs isn't here tonight, Val.
Very good, Ben.
True. He wouldn't be here yet, though. It's not three-quarter time yet, so he might come in the last quarter. You never know.
She's been a marvel for Triple M footy for many a year, Flanners, isn't she, downstairs?
For Bob Jane T-Marts, they have great buy 3, get 1 free plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T's and C's apply. Laird picks it up on the wing, goes outside of the right boot to half forward. Collins coming up to the footy. Out of midair goes Ballard. And off the deck the other way goes Rory Laird. Now to Fogarty. Sweeping handle out wide. Rankin ran into the tackle of Holman. Holman did well. Now Took Miller picks it up. He's going to slap it to the outer side wing, and there's a falcon, an absolute falcon right to the beak there of Jared Witts. As the Crows go forward, he's counting his teeth and his nose there, Jared Witts. We hope he's all right. He's got the wry smile on his face.
That went 20 metres off his face.
That should count as a stat, as a hit out off his nose.
Further than he can kick it.
In the meantime, The Suns have got it at right half back. Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Just talk us through. Give us your expert commentary on that there, fellas. What did you see?
Well, Tommy Berry was sitting under the footy, and big Riley O'Brien took him out of the contest, and Witsy kept his eyes on the ball but didn't realise it was going to hit him right on the nose.
Oh, the pickup was outstanding from Lukosius in the wet. The kick wasn't great, though. The ball is just outside the Suns' forward 50.
Great pressure.
The Crows were lazy. They were casual. They needed to be urgent. Kick to the top of the square. Free kick against Holman. Pushing the back. Free kick Crows. I think it's probably going to go to Lockie Murphy.
Just got more class, haven't they, the Suns? All over the ground. Ball in hand, making better decisions, executing better. Hence the lead on the scoreboard.
Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Simon Black and Tom Rockcliffe. Seabus Super making hard work pay off since 1984. Crows trying to come out of defence, but they forced to go to a contest, and here is Matt Rao sliding his way out of trouble. Off towards Flanders, off a step. Flanders, will it have the distance? No. As Holman trying to tackle Michael Lenny over, who also wants to rush behind. In the end, it's out of bounds on the full, as it just came off the boot there of Nick Holman. So Michael Lenny will take the free kick. He's going to kick that into space. Second bite at the cherry ball. Lace takes the mark. It's the Suns by 34 points. Gold Coast led by 26 at half-time. They've led all night tonight. They are 7-8-50 Flanders. The Crows are 2-4-16.
And it's teaming down. It is wet. At this rate, 34 points the margin. 2:20 left to play in the third term. The Crows with only 2 goals for the game. I wonder what Matty Mix has got planned for three-quarter time. Kick to a dangerous spot. Brave mark taken. Going back with the float. Ball Ace, who stood up well for the Crows.
Crows tall defenders have been quite solid tonight. They've been thereabouts. Kept King out of the contest most of the night as well.
Chase Jones couldn't take it. Got the hands to Crouch though. Smith hasn't had his best kicking night. Inside forward 50. Ballard late. Saligo brought it forward. The sub into the action. Sam Collins with the glove. Ainsworth doing a bit of defensive work. Kicks to a contest. Roses Jr. wants it to get out the back. Instead, it's going to go over the boundary line for a throw in right half forward.
RAA around the grounds, fourth quarter. Cats still leading the Saints by 19 points earlier today. Giants over the Kangaroos by 39. Just looking at the Harvey Norman replay there again of the Falcon, Jared Witts. Not sure why they needed to replay that again a couple of minutes after it actually happened. But
that would have knocked off Stump out. It's just rocketed through.
Harvey Norman 2023 TV and soundbar run-out sale ends tomorrow. Don't miss clearance prices on the entire 2023 TV and soundbar range. We've worked the ball up towards the wing, and Flanders is in possession. He's going to go with a chip kick over the top. Suns by 34 points. Ainsworth, Miller on the boundary. Casbolt tracking back in his forward 50. Holman's going to present up towards Ainsworth. He'll go over his head to his big men. Casbolt got loose right at the last second. Came from the side of the pack but couldn't quite take the mark. Lukosius screws the ball over his shoulder for a bit of magic to light up this contest. Not quite. Drifting to the left and behind. So Gold Coast moved to 7-9-51. Crows 2-4-16 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
We're inside the final 45 seconds of this third term as the Crows bring it in near side. Hey, Blackie.
Yo.
What'd you say the Crows' lowest ever score was?
According to my research, it's 21 points.
Well, we're going to have to cross-check that because they are not there yet, although they might get there late. Pedler with a little do-si-do, looks inside forward 50. A chance for Rochelle. Probably after the siren if he takes his full 30. To go past the Adelaide Crows' lowest ever score. At least that would be an achievement. The man on the mark stands at 47 metres.
He flushed the last one and it just got touched on the line, so you'd almost have to back him in from here.
Rocky says yes. Blackie nods his head. Rochelle. Can he kick the Crows' third goal of the evening as the siren sounds? Of course he can. He flexes the shoulders and a bit of life from the Adelaide Crows. We'll head to the break. The margin when we resume for the final quarter will be 29 points on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Is there more left to fight for the Crows? We'll find out after the break. For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter for Beacon Trade. Beacon Trade has the backs of tradies now more than ever. Beacon Trade, let's make light work.
For McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.
Macca's new surprise fries. Peel any medium or large fries for a chance to find a prize. 3.5 minutes until Triple M ranks footy. Minutes until
Triple M rocks footy.
Two and a half minutes until
Triple M rocks footy.
minutes until
Triple M rocks footy.
seconds until
Triple M rocks footy.
minute until
Triple M rocks footy.
Seconds until
Triple M rocks footy.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Titanium Caravans. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
Well, Josh Rochelli's goal breathes some life into the Crows. First game of the season against the Suns. They've still got a mountain to climb, though. 29 points they are down by as we get ready to start this fourth quarter. For Ream Hot Water, built tough for Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating. Ask your plumber to install a Ream. Brett Thomas, Liam Flanagan, Tom Rockcliffe and Simon Black talking you through this game. Belinda Mellon trying to stay dry on the boundary. She's been running back and forth to get under cover throughout this match. It's still raining now. Fellas, any chance the Crows, can you make a case for them getting back into this in the fourth quarter?
You're on now? Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think Gold Coast, they've dominated the game right from the outset, really. the Crows had their opportunities and ball movement. The ball movement, unfortunately, just let them down. They haven't taken their opportunities when they arose, and that was probably their best passage of the night. Late in that quarter, they were able to transition from a kick in from one end of the ground to the other for Rochelle goal. If they can start to get some of that flow and ball movement, but you'd imagine the Gold Coast Suns will look to just lock this down and continue on with the contested brand of footy and try and force as many stoppages as they can. You've got Matty Rowell out there who's probably been best on ground again tonight, just dominating in that contest space. So if they can give them an opportunity just to lock it down, I think the Gold Coast will take that.
They activated their sub early in that third quarter, although it did take a few minutes to get Lockie Gallant off the field and get Jake Saligo on. Matt Rowell, you mentioned him. Rocky, Simon Blake, you must love watching him play and the way he's going about in these first 2 rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. He was enormous in that third quarter, had the 10 disposals, and just his bullocking work to release his teammates on the outside was first class, got them going really. So he was been a fantastic player, as Rocky mentioned, for the course of this game, and I think just his ability to be able to, he's the best of competition now, to be able to get that ball from the inside to outside, his ability to get a handball release whilst being tackled, as we said numerous times tonight. It's been unprecedented so far this season.
Players in position. Final term ready to get underway. 29 points. Umpire throws it aloft. Tuke Miller, shovel handball. Anderson been outstanding. Inside forward 50 for the Suns. Can they put the nail in the coffin early? Ainsworth went out of mid-air, got creative. Bouncing towards the line, will have a boundary throw in right forward pocket, as I do believe the Skies have cleared, Brett.
They have full-time in Geelong, and the Cats sneaking over the line against the Saints by 8 points. St Kilda reduced the margin to a point there late in the contest, but Geelong getting their first win of the season. Earlier today it was the Bombers over the Hawks and the Giants over the Kangaroos. Boundary throw-in, almost fresh-aired by both ruckmen. Hinge is dealt with by Lukosius, who goes back in and tries to farm out a handball towards Nick Holman. Now Miller picks it up. That won't be a mark if it is taken clean out of the air, and it wasn't. Off the deck go the Crows up towards the path of Rankin, who they need to get busy in this term, along with Rochelle and Matt Crouch, who just came off his shin. And then another shin, and then into the direction of Ballard, and Ballard finds a target in Ben Ainsworth. He's got Ellis on the overlap. He's going to direct it with a short angle ball into Tuke Miller.
They could have kept shin kicks as a stat tonight. Triple M Red Z lending stats. There's been a lot of them. Post-game, we need a request into Jared Witts, because if you've just joined us, as Anderson sends it inside forward 50, good mark taken on the strong lead out by Butts. If you've just joined us, midway through that third term, Jared Witts was hit directly in the face by the football from a kick, and it bounced 30 metres straight off his bonce. And I'm fascinated to know how it's feeling.
Or what he was thinking. I don't know why he didn't put his hands up.
What he wasn't thinking, I think, there. I think is the point there. Here is Powell. Right half forward. Long high ball. Drifting toward the boundary line. Off the front of the pack and out of bounds. He'll throw it back in again. Riley O'Brien tracking back and spoiling that into the fence.
Well, we spoke about that Adelaide midfield needed to be having an enormous night tonight. The Gold Coast Suns midfield right on top. 3 top-ranked players on the ground. Tuke Miller, Matt Rowell and Noah Anderson. So it goes to show the Suns have been really dominant again through the middle of the ground.
Well, no one's around Noah Anderson right now. He's just standing about 10 metres off the contest. As the Crows, though, win the clearance and they go up towards the wing. Hewland in front, Rankin behind, got the spoil. Comes out towards Hewland, who picks it up and looking to find Miller, and does, but his kick, he's had a few turnovers tonight, Tuke Miller. I know the conditions haven't been ideal by foot as Murphy comes into the path of Saligo, but sliding across was Will Powell, gets the high five from Nick Holman.
Gold Coast will be fine with this. Repeat entries inside 50, a few stoppages. Take the sting out of the game early on in this quarter. Don't give the Adelaide Crows any chance to get back into this game.
Belinda Mellon, Bob Jane teammates.
Well, the Gold Coast Suns have not activated their sub as yet. Darcy McPherson, it's his second week in the road. That was not lost on Damien Hardwick. 3/4 time went and gave him a little cuddle and said, "Sit tight, mate. I know it's crap, but just hang in."
It's going to be a long season, and you get the sense that Darcy McPherson will get his time in this team. As Bodie Hewland wins a free kick and right half back for a brilliant tackle on Rochelle, holding the football. Triple M Harvey replay showing that one. Harvey Norman 2023 TV and soundbar run-out sale ends Sunday. Don't miss clearance prices on the entire 2023 TV and soundbar range.
Yulin up towards the wing. Ben King couldn't quite take the mark, and Jordan Butts gets up looking a little bit proppy. He's limping away. The number 41 for the Crows there, Belinda Mellon. Keep an eye on him. He looks in a world of pain, hobbling after Ben King. The runners just drifting over in his direction. Might try and walk it off, but looks in a bit of pain. Anyway, back in the field of play from the boundary throw-in, picked up by Matt Rowell. Another possession for him. Had 10 of those in the third quarter. Michael Lenny couldn't trap the footy. Picked up by Jones, though. Now they go out wide to the skipper in Dawson. Looks up and kicks it straight to Brandon Ellis. He's got Roses riding shotgun. Goes over his head. Kicks around the corner to Bailey Humphrey. Bailey Humphrey thought about passing it off, but Brandon Ellis points at the goals and says, settle down, young fella, and have your shot.
Yeah, Roses on the flyby. Could have used him, I would have thought, Rock.
Yeah, could have. It's just incredible. Dawson, all their good kickers tonight, the Adelaide Crows, Brodie Smith, Dawson, just making fundamental errors that you just never see them make.
So Bailey Humphrey sizes up the big sticks. He's had 15 disposals. He kicked a goal in the third quarter. Started slowly, but has worked his way into this match. He's about 40 out from goal across the face. And through for a behind, missing to the left. 7-10-52 the Suns. So they lead the Crows by 30 points. They are 3-4-22 early going last term.
Miller brings it in near side. Ballard hasn't had to do a lot, but he's done it well. Here come the Suns. Miller, what a kick. Just told Malcolm Roses Jr. where he wanted him to lead, and takes an uncontested chest mark. 30 metres out, not much angle.
Well, the Suns midfield's just ground them into the ground. They've just got to work, and their class has come to the fore now, and it's been a really dominant display by the Suns midfield again for the second week in a row.
As we just see Jordan Butts hobbling his way off to the interchange gates. We'll get down to B in a moment to see what he is assessed for. Roses Jr. has a goal this evening. The man who's taken over the small forward role from Isaac Rankin has 2 against that man. Goal number 8 for the Gold Coast. 8-10-58. A 36-point lead over the Adelaide Crows on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan.
Yeah, Ballard with big spoil, but Matty Rao's work rate from contest to contest has been exceptional. And he's showing why he's going to be one of the best players in the competition in coming years. He just gets from one contest to the next contest, and he's so tough in those contests when he gets there. Ability to get his hands free. He did it again. Found Touk Miller just queuing up in the corridor there, and his delivery inside 50 was outstanding. That kick, you won't see many better kicks inside 50 than the one that Touk Miller just delivered.
Here we go.
So Roses Jr. joins Ben Ainsworth as the only multiple goal scorers tonight. They've got 2 each. And the Crows just the 3 goals for the match. Keys kicked the first, Rochelle to end the third quarter, and Rankin as well. They win the clearance and they get the ball out wide looking for Chris Burgess. Handballs it back to Pedler. Scooped up one-hander with Saligo, the sub, but has scored it over the line and out of bounds by Connor Butterick.
Riley, Jared.
So 8-10-58, 3-4-22. Spin that ball back into play. Rao is just hovering around, waiting for the ball to come out toward him. Witts over the back, won the hit out. Goes past Rao to Dawson, trying to sweat him off the footy. Holman going in strong. Dawson evades the Rao tackle. He goes toward the goal square. He's got a one-on-one back there. Fogarty hands to it, couldn't quite take the mark. Still alive for Pedler. He gets it off. And they've got themselves a goal to Ben Keys. Falling to ground, snapped it on the left boot, and the Crows get their 4th. They move to 4-4-28, and the Suns are 8-10-58. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan.
Well, they battled through that well, didn't they, the Crows? Ability to be able to put the ball to a reasonable spot. I actually thought they put it too close to the goal line, but they managed to get it back into play, and they scrapped it out. And Benny Keys, who's been such a great servant since his time in Adelaide, was classy enough there to get in a little bit of space and snap quite easy over his head in the end. So very well needed Much needed goal to the Crows.
30-point margin, 14:40 left to play, final turn. Belinda Mellon, Bob Jane T-Marts.
Well, Darcy McPherson finally gets his chance, boys. Brandon Ellis has put on the sub-vest.
So, Dimmer's former Tiger charge gets an early shower. Darcy McPherson injected into the game. He loves to run and take on the game. You wonder what he can bring when the field is filled with players who've been playing in this drizzling rain all night here on the coast. It's been relentless. Belinda Mellon actually asked during the three-quarter time break if we had a sub. She wanted out. Inside forward 50 for the Suns. Coleman, beautiful front and centre, snapping, running, diving. Worrell got there. Like Campese diving for the line, he got there. Minor score, Suns 59, Crows 28.
Might be cramping a little bit here. Worrell after that desperate effort in the calf to stretch that off, and now he's just going to wander out of his defensive goal square. Send it in the direction of Ballard Dawson, who spoiled it backwards. Ballard into the path there of Sexton, sliding in the ground, picking up and winning the footy. Saligo's kick went absolutely nowhere. Then it was fresh-aired by Ballard. Here is Rankin weaving through traffic, kicks it forward. Poor entry again. They had the outnumber, and Ben Ainsworth getting back into defence, running hard tonight, takes the mark.
Sure is. Good work rate, wasn't it, by Ainsworth to get back there. Fantastic for a small forward.
Stand.
He's had 2 goals, 5 disposals. Triple M Red Z Lending stats. Red Z Lending, loans for the self-employed. REDZED.com.
You can put away the stat about Adelaide Crows' lowest ever score. That was 21. They are 7 clear of that. So that blot is off the copybook for the evening for Adelaide, for the visitors, but still some respectability that can be added to the scoreboard late. Free kick going to Sam Berry.
Stay out, please. Stay with him.
Centre wing, outer side, People First Stadium. Round 1 action. Feels like this season's been going for a couple of weeks already, and we're still in round 1. O'Brien inside forward 50. Ballard again just stands up every single time. Third man up at that contest. Brings it forward for his small teammates. Clears the danger with a wobbly one. Umpire. Conditions. Surely it's a boundary throw-in. It is. Right half forward for the Crows.
Get some major ball winners there, Blackie. Triple M Red Z Lending stats.
Yeah, for the Suns, Sam Flanders leading the way with 30, Noah Anderson 29, Tuke Miller 28. For the Crows, Matt Crouch has the 29, Rory Laird 24, and Dawson 22.
Coming through from the boundary throw-in, there is Laird. Scholl tackled, spun almost 360, holding the ball. Great tackle, Jared Witts was rewarded. Off to Noah Anderson, kicks into space. Ball ace, happy to just provide the shepherd on Casbolt for Michaelini to come through, straighten up and go right up the wing. And finds the lead there of Crouch. On the left foot, he goes with an angle ball in towards Miller. So Miller just backward of centre.
Play on.
59 plays 28. Suns have led all night tonight. Up the line he goes, Swallow waiting for it out the back. Runs out of real estate, goes out of bounds, and we will throw it back in.
And the inside 50s, 44 apiece.
Really?
Yep, 44 apiece.
One side has returned 19 scoring shots. Another has returned 8. Boundary throw-in right half forward for the Adelaide Crows. As Witts and O'Brien go to battle again. Saligo tackled viciously by Matty Rao. Can we get Matt Rao's tackle numbers when you get a chance, Blackie? Because he has been absolutely relentless. We talk about the 20 clearances last week. I feel like his tackle numbers would be huge tonight.
Yeah, 9 tackles.
Big night contested again.
And won plenty of the footy as well. Here is Swallow out wide towards the boundary. Left half back. The Suns now work it up towards the wing. Flanders. And they chain together a few uncontested kicks and marks. Berry's had a good night as well. The best 6 disposal game Dimmer said he'd ever seen last week. He had more than that by quarter time. Kicked a beautiful check side goal as well. That kick has a little bit too much air underneath it, looking for Roses Jr. Goes past him, past Jared Witts. We throw it back in. 50 out from the Suns' goal. Matty Nix on the bench, activated his sub early in the third term, and Damien Hardwick happy to stay up in the box with the rain that's poured consistently throughout the night tonight, People's First Stadium.
Witts gets front spot again. Here he is, Matty Rao. Gives the shepherd this time on Crouch for Flanders, who stepped back inside. said he stepped over the line, though, so we'll have a boundary throw-in.
Gets to great positions, Matty Rao. Knows how to use his body well, protect the dangerous space. He's been super again tonight, particularly around these stoppages.
Tom Rockcliffe, Triple M Seabus Super special comments. Seabus Super making hard work pay off since 1984.
Anderson out to Fiorini, diving, but got the handball off towards Flanders, outside of his right boot, charging out red. Well off the boot there was Michael Lenny, takes the intercept mark. Disposal hasn't been great at times tonight, but that's sort of summed up the Crows' night. On a night where the conditions should suit the Suns, and they do, because even when it doesn't rain, it's still slippy here at night at People's First Stadium. Hinge, angle ball through the middle. He's had a good night, Mitch Hinge. I reckon across half-back. Now they work it into space for Worrells, pushing up the ground. The Crows fans below us are screaming, just kick it forward. Give him a chance, and he goes toward the goal square. Offhands out the back there is Pedler. It was Berry actually, got him over the shoulder, and Sam Berry earns himself a free kick. Pedler has been up there as well. He copped the whack in the nose at one point, came off, had the tape put up there, but now it's a Berry in the goal square, earning himself a free kick.
Yeah, just see there when the Adelaide Crows, they go long and direct, they actually get a contest, and their smalls are a chance to crumb those footy. So I don't know why they've been reluctant to do it. They've looked to chip it sideways a lot tonight.
Good to see Sam Berry back in this Crows side. Found it tough to break in last year. First game since round 10. Was the top tackler in the AFL back in 2022, and he has kicked the goal. The Crows get their fifth. They move to 5-4-34. The Suns are 8-11-59 on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Here we see there on the Harvey Norman replay, David Swallow just gets Berry up over the shoulder there. Different free kick every day of the week. As you mentioned, Rock, just really able to get the ball in with a bit of speed on it, get it to a good spot, and allow his forwards to get to work, and that can be the outcome. So I'll have to see the last 9.5 minutes of this game. Just Adelaide, just take the game on. Nothing to lose. They're not going to win the game from here, you wouldn't have thought. Give it a go.
Is there a chance?
Well, yeah, there is a chance, actually. There's only 4 goals.
25 points.
5 goals got to kick. There is a chance. There's 9 minutes to go, but the only way they will is they can play fast.
Ball back in the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Although Flanders might be about to snuff out that chance as he goes inside forward 50. King couldn't clunk it on the third attempt. Holman, hands and knees, sitting on the footy, the umpire says. Brodie Smith just holding on to him. Holding the football. Free kick, Smith. Crows. Blackie wants them to run and gun. Brodie Smith wants to slow down.
Well, they move it slowly, hoping for a contested mark from Josh Rochelle. He might end up on the end of a handball here, and he is out into space. Getting back with courage there is Charlie Ballard. The two players coming the other way, he went back with a flight and took a nice mark.
Pedler puts his arms out in disgust. Mate, you're too slow to react. Ballard just breaded the ball in the ball in the air quicker than you. The ball was always going to go there. You're going to react quicker as a forward to get to that spot.
So Anderson goes to a pack of players. Casbolt brings it in front of him. Sliding in was Laird, looking for a mate to give it off to. They work it up the line now to Hewland, who slips over, and we throw it back in. 8-11-59 the Suns, 5-4-34 of the Crows, 8.5 to play here at People's First Stadium. For Ream Hot Water, built tough Aussie conditions when it comes to water heating Flanders. Ask your plumber to install it.
Just get the sense if the Crows get the next one, Damien Hardwick might start to get a little bit nervous, but this man, Matty Rao, giving him no reason to be. Although the kick is smothered from the contest. Crouch was strong. Just disposed of Bailey Humphrey. Inside forward 50. Crows need one. Here he is, Rochelle, the man who's capable. Snapping, bending. Oh. They've got it. This ain't over. This isn't done by a long shot. 8 minutes left to play. The margin has shrunk to 19 points on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Yeah, here come the Adelaide Crows. It's amazing what winning your fair share of footy around the contest does, and then a bit of speed on the ball, as Blackie's been crying out for all night from the Adelaide Crows. Once they get it in there, create a contest, they're smalls at ground level. That's what we said at the start of the game. They've got dangerous players at ground level. Rochelle, Rankin, Keys bobbed up for a couple, Berry as well. So they've just got to get it in there, give their small forwards an opportunity to crumb some goals.
They've kicked the last 3. Rochelle's kicked 2 tonight. Damien Hardwick on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay looking very nervous. Picked up the Gatorade bottle, put it back down. Well, he come down to the bench like Matty Nix for the final 8 minutes of this game. Here is Anderson slung in the tackle. Umpire rushes in. Did he have prior opportunity? Rory Led certainly thought he did. Umpire says, we'll throw it up, boys. Let's get the ball moving. In front of O'Brien and Witts. Rao picked it up, gets the clearance. Won't pierce the centre square, though. Comes out towards Berry. Clean hands out wide to McPherson, the sub. On his left, he's going in the Casbolt and Holman direction, off hands. As Murphy has a look around and disguised that beautifully. We know that he wanted the boundary line. Ainsworth right there on his hammer. We throw it back in, left half forward. Suns get a goal here. They can almost kill off the Crows, who have the momentum right now. A lot of traffic cops going on. Matt Crouch is pointing in every direction. They've got a stoppage to defend inside their defensive 50.
Last 3 goals of the game to the Adelaide Crows, and suddenly
that's trouble.
Laird kicks it away, needs a teammate to get there. Umpire couldn't wait to ping him. Free kick, Suns. Sam Collins is going to be made to take it.
Thank you.
Must take the kick from outside the boundary. Sam Collins has it. 2 kicks from home. Just going to drop it into the pocket for the Gold Coast Suns. Ben King. Not been his night. Dawson went backwards to Worrell. A good mark taken by Will Powell. Simon Black, chest gives a little puff out there as his man, his favourite player in the comp. Will Powell takes a really important mark.
He's a beauty, isn't he?
So Suns defenders had pushed up, created the wall. The Crows found it hard to get past. They couldn't get past Will Powell, and he sends it into the pocket in the Wits direction, falling to the ground. Couldn't take the mark. No free kick either. We throw it back in right forward pocket.
Big Witsy actually tried to use his hands and chest then to take that ball instead of letting it just hit him in the face.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy.
You sound surprised.
Gave away a free kick for a tunnel ball in this game as well. Jared Witts, what can he create here with O'Brien? Flips it into space, looking for Miller. Crouch right there with him, flashing past Flanders. Ben Ainsworth with a little bit of time and space has missed to the right-hand side. It did, Simon Black, look like it was on target, but just drifted away late. So that makes it an even 20 points. But the Suns lead by. They've led all night tonight, but the Crows have kicked the last 3 goals.
They're moving it fast, but they're moving it loose. The kick out of defence just didn't have enough height, and Sexton took an easy chest mark just forward of centre. Plays on, takes off, wants to drop it into that pocket again. Goes a bit deeper. King can't complete the mark. Big Witsy, what a clean pair of hands from the dinosaur. Flanders, it's between his legs. Somehow it gets out the back to Chase Jones. Oh, the kick almost intercepted. Advantage Crows. Ball in dispute. Left half back. Crows tumble it forward. Good position, Dawson. Suddenly, it's an open forward line. Do they have the leg speed? He bats in Rankin. It's one-on-one. Rankin v. Hewlin. Gets over the back even further still. Now it's up to Ben Keys, the workhorse. Did he throw it? Of course he did. Nothing subtle about it, Ben. You tossed it up. Free kick, Suns.
Triple M Harvey Norman replay. There was a scoop that turned into a bit of a throw from Ben Key, so unfortunately the free kick goes against Adelaide just as they were building. Suns up towards the wing. Witts crash into Packard. Another crash right into Murphy. Then Witts came again. We've got 3-4 players on the deck right now. Saligo somehow has the footy.
Crows are up and about.
Well, they sense they're still in this game. There's still time remaining if they're good enough. 5 minutes in this contest. Suns by 20 points. Came off the toe, though, of Murphy. Didn't get a lot on that kick. Did not pierce the 50. Saligo coming across. Switting on him was Lukosius. Michael Haney couldn't take it cleanly, but Tom Berry could. Tumbling ball still in the middle. Casbolt tried to slap it, but got his fist straight into the chest there of Ball Ace. Getting down low was Brodie Smith. Into space, but Ainsworth is waiting right there, all on his own. Skips past Brodie Smith, then goes to right, half forward. Two Crows almost spoil each other. Worrell and Hinge comes out to Lukosius. Lukosius kicking the ball across the face. He maybe should have had a shot there looking for McPherson. The Crows are out of danger.
All this hectic football has burnt about 2 minutes off the clock, and that hurts the Adelaide Crows. 20 points to margin, 4.5 to play. Ballard's going to be pinged. No. The clumsy defender. He played it well. Boundary throw in. Centre wing, outer side. 60 plays 40. The home side have led all night. And now can they hold on for the last 4 minutes and 20 seconds?
Strange decision from the coaches just not to have a shot before.
Oh, Rao's been pinged. Rao got caught. We haven't seen that much tonight. Rory Laird was superb. Comes Corridor. Is there a switch on for the Crows? No, the Suns have set up well defensively. They need to move. The clock is against them now. As they run off half-back, Michael Annie dashes inside. It's a good kick. It's to the advantage. Big leap came from Chris Burgess, the former Sun. Ball spills over the line. Boundary throwing inside the Crows forward 50.
A big stoppage coming up here for the Adelaide, trailing by 20 points. Still spinning rain here at People's First Stadium. Boundary throwing. Witts and O'Brien wrestling. Crouch, Rao got a fistful of jumper but no free kick. Ballard was a little bit slow when he got that footy as Pedler claimed him, but the umpire, who was hot on holding the ball in the first half, said no prior opportunity, he will throw it up. Witts and O'Brien again goes toward Matt Rowley. He's got Crouch and Saligo either side. Anderson tried to slap it forward with his fist along the ground. It comes out to Rochelle. He's kicked one in this term. He's kicked two in this term.
Oh, look out.
Josh Rochelle, game on. And the Crows pull within 14 points. We thought the game was dead and buried, but Josh Rochelle had other ideas. Gold Coast are 8-12-60 and Adelaide fellas are 7-4-46.
Here we go, Rock.
Yeah, he's been good, hasn't he, Rochelle? He had a pretty quiet night up until just before three-quarter time, but he's been able to bang on 3 goals in a short period of time, and he could be a match winner if the Adelaide Crows are to win this game of footy. The time's still probably against them, but you'd imagine the Gold Coast will look to get 7 or 8 behind the ball now and just nullify this momentum that the Adelaide Crows have at the moment.
Good players. They don't need much time and space, do they? Rochelle there, Harvey on replay, just literally had to get boot the ball within a split second and found the big sticks. Beautifully done.
3.5 minutes to play. They went into half-time with just 2 goals. Can they kick 3 in the final 3.5 minutes to win the game? They've got the clearance around the body. Good contest, centre half forward. Oh, the burst away from Saligo. Inside forward 50. Top of the goal square. Oh, Rankin's out the back.
Oh.
Rankin's kicked a goal. Rankin's kicked a goal. The Crows are within 8. In 21 seconds, the margin was cut from 14 to 8. And the Adelaide Crows are on the brink of an upset.
It's just come from nowhere, hasn't it, from the Adelaide Crows? They just did not look like it at all, but this last quarter, or since just before three-quarter time when Rochelle kicked that goal, it's been all Adelaide Crows. They've just found a way to get the footy inside 50, started to win their footy around the contest as well. Crows midfield starting to get on top in that area, get inside 50. That's all you got to do with this forward line that they've got. Rankin, Rochelle, etc. The small forwards, they only need a little bit of time and space.
29 points was the Suns' lead at three-quarter time. Rankin up to 18 disposals. He and Rochelle have come alive in this term. And there is the big fist forward from Crouch up towards Rochelle, trying to play it down towards Dawson. Anderson wasn't clean. Couldn't get boots of ball. Sliding in Rochelle again. There was no disposal there. The ball spilt loose, but the umpire let it go. Now towards Hinge, trying to shake off Humphrey, and does, and turns and can pump it long inside the 50. Back there as Collins got the spoil, only into the path though of Murphy. Now Saligo trying to shake off Butterick, who fell into his back according to the umpire. And he's won himself a free kick, the sub. Rankin wants the cheeky handball, but Saligo says no, let's go long and into the pockets. Sliding in there was Ballard, playing in front of Fogarty, and the ball goes out of bounds in the left forward pocket.
So we see a bit of movement through the stoppage from Rankin here. Get on the bolt, time your run nicely, and you never know, it might fall in your lap and you get a shot on goal.
So Powell is on Rochelle, and Hewlin has gone to Rankin. 2 minutes, 24 seconds left, 8 points the margin. Boundary throw-in. Witts brings it down in front. Riley O'Brien, surely not the big Rob. Minor score. 7 points the margin. 2:15 to play. Suns to bring it in.
Gold Coast have just got to find a way to take a minute off the clock here, take some uncontested marks coming out, work for each other, build these uncontested marks, just take the sting out of it. Don't give the Adelaide Crows any more opportunities.
Well, they've got nothing really to kick to other than just to boot the ball long down the line, and they go in the Witt's direction. He taps it boundary side, picked up by Holman outside of his left boot. Can Borlase keep it in? No, it goes out of bounds. Mitch Hinge actually asked the question, was it deliberate out of bounds? But I think Borlase touched it before it got there. Bob Jane T-Mart's Belinda Mellon downstairs.
Have you got me there, boys? Well, Matty Nix just pulled Ben Keys off the ground and has got him on the bench. He's barking in his ear instructions. He can go back on the ground with some messages for the boys soon to set up and play.
And they've just stood up, and Ben Keys is about to come back on the field. They might get a chance if the ball goes out of bounds, but Dawson keeps it in, swings the ball in the Murphy direction, stepping through around with a bit of class with Saligo. He goes to left half forward, looking for Fogarty. Ball still in front of him. Collins right there with him. Rankin into space. Suns have 3 players around the footy. Anderson goes to ground, tackled by Berry. We'll throw it up again. Bob Jane T-Marts have great buy 3, get 1 free, plus instant cashback deals. Call or shop online today. T's and C's apply.
1 minute, 35 seconds. 7 points the margin. The Crows need to score twice. They were done. They were dusted. It was over. They were leaving the coast with a loss to start their 2024 campaign. And then led by Rochelle and Rankin. And some inspirational play. Suddenly Pedler sends it to the goal square. Rush behind. Powell rushes it through. 1 minute 16 left on the clock, and the margin is 1 straight goal.
And a draw is on the table. 1 straight kick, and the Crows bring it back level. Suns have led all night. Powell goes in the same direction from the last kick in, just long toward the boundary. It's going to drop short though. Dawson couldn't quite take the mark. Escorted over the boundary line by Nick Coleman, and we throw it back in again. Fellas, we thought this game was dead and buried.
Great spirit from the Adelaide Crows. We'll call for it for a lot of the night. In the last half an hour, they've found a bit.
The voice there is Simon Black, Triple M C-Bus Super Special comments. O'Brien and Witts are wrestling. Flanders into space. Only as far as Dawson picks it up. Goes on his left, looking for Rochelle. There was 2 Suns in front of him. In fact, now there's a free kick behind the play.
It's come back after.
I don't know why that wasn't downfield.
No advantage paid.
Okay. So now they take the ball. That has allowed the Suns to clog up their defensive 50. Fogarty overran the footy. Pedler kept it in. No, he stepped over the line. Stepped over the line, boundary throw in left forward pocket. Pedler with the tape and then had to have it retaped. His broken nose, he's got the shoulder strapped up as well. It's been a tough old night at the footy, but the Crows with less than a minute remaining are still in this game, Flanners.
60 plays 54. 44 seconds on the clock. We're deep in the Crows forward 50. Can Darcy Fogarty get on the board? Clearing kick by the Suns defence. That might be enough. Lukosius wants the boundary line. He gets it. We'll have a boundary throw in. Still plenty of time. 32 seconds. 6 points the margin. Matty Nix is out of his chair. Damien Hardwick, his 2. He's upstairs nice and dry. Matty Nix is living this on the boundary with his players. Boundary throw in. O'Brien gets front spot. Took Miller though. Tapped it back towards the boundary. That's a win for the Suns.
Sure
and
is.
we'll do it again.
Adelaide, 24 seconds left. Got to win this stoppage.
They're about a kick and a half from home. Here the Crows. The
Gold Coast sent everyone up behind the ball. There's only the coaches in front of the footy.
Matthew Nix, Chewy is working overtime. He's barking out instructions, telling his defenders to push up the ground. No sense staying back now. They have to roll the dice. Here is Worrell. Suns fans want holding the ball. Off the deck went Dawson. Comes down towards Hinge, spinning through 2 tackles. Somehow got free. Oh, Berry. Oh, couldn't quite take the mark. Second bite of the cherry, falling to the ground, couldn't take it. Rao kicks into space, in towards Witts. Witts lumbers after the footy, and the siren is his saviour, as it is for the Suns. They looked like they had the game in the bag at 3/4 time. They led by 29 points. The Crows whittle it down to a goal, but Gold Coast for the first time since 2018 win their first 2 games to start a season.
We are the mighty Gold Coast Suns. We play to
Well, a bit like the week before when it looked like they were in total control, the Suns, Tom Rockcliffe and Simon Black, they just let their opponent back into the contest, and in the end, the Crows almost stole one, but they get the win.
Yeah, they certainly did. They won't want to play like that too often, the Gold Coast Suns, but it was much better from the Adelaide Crows in that last quarter. They just took the game on, released the shackles, played fast footy, got the footy inside 50, what we were screaming out for all night. But to Gold Coast credit, they were able to stand up late to nullify a few contests. But they need to work on that, the Gold Coast Suns. When they get out to an extended lead, they need to be able to secure that up and not allow the opposition to get any momentum to get back in the game like they have the last 2 weeks with Richmond and now the Adelaide Crows again tonight. But I think Damien Hardwick would be overall happy with being 2-0. He would have taken that at the start of the season, but I think there'll be a bit of a sour taste in the mouth after that last quarter.
What happened to change the game there, Bucky?
Yeah, well, the Crows found a bit of spirit, didn't they? They were just playing such clunky, slow ball movement football for the large part of the game, and then halfway through the third quarter they started to show a bit, and after three-quarter time they just thought, we've got nothing to lose, let's just get after it, get some speed on the footy, get it in there and see what happens. And Rochelle was fantastic, kicking 3 goals. I think it was in that fourth quarter alone. He was superb, and they just started winning the ball. They almost looked like they had more numbers getting over to where the contest was, and starting to shape out from congestion and just pumping the ball in. And we give you forwards opportunity. You've got enough talent up there with Rochelle's and the Rankins to get to work. And Ben Keys kicked a couple of goals. So yeah, look, it was good. It was spiriting for Matty Nix, no doubt, to see his side show a bit of fight, because they didn't show much in the first half, and part of it was their method. And part was probably their capability. But yeah, probably from the Suns' perspective as well, just a little lack of maturity there to be able to sustain that lead that they had. Happened last week as well when Richmond came back. So yep, they'll be wrapped with a 2-0 start, but they go away next week for the first interstate trip. But they'll be disappointed the way they let Adelaide back in.
Triple M Amy review, clangers happen. Lucky you're with Amy. Belinda Mellon's heading down on the rooms. We'll have Jared Witts, the co-captain of the Suns, joining us shortly. The sub activated early in the third term, and Jake Soligo had an impact, Rocky.
Yeah, he certainly did. We sort of flagged it at half-time that they may take out one of their tools and bring in small, inject some speed around the contest and in that forward half of the ground, and that's what happened, and it worked really well for the Adelaide Crows. So they'll be praying for Tex Walker to be fit and available next week with those back issues. It's a 6-day break now. I think they're Friday night next week.
They are against the Cats, who just got over the line against the Saints tonight as well. We'll take a break. Crows heading into the room. Suns are staying out there just to soak in the atmosphere. As we mentioned, they haven't won 2 in a row. They've only done that 3 times in their history at the start of season. They haven't done it since Stuart Dew's first year. This is the Triple M Amy review. Clangers happen. Lucky you're with Amy. After this, the Maccas, I'm loving it moment. Simon Black is crunching the numbers. He's working hard away at the Triple MVP Award for Employment Hero. And after this, we'll catch up with Jared Witts, the co-captain of the Suns. For McDonald's Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
That quarter, the Titanium Caravans. Stay off-road and off-grid for longer with a luxurious Titanium Caravan. Visit titaniumcaravans.com.au.
For Ream Hot Water,
Triple M rocks footy.
built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Ream. 3.5 minutes until Triple M ranks footy. Three minutes until
Triple M rocks footy.
Two and a half minutes until
Triple M rocks footy.
minutes until
Triple M rocks footy.
seconds until
Triple M rocks footy.
One minute until
Triple M rocks footy.
.30 seconds until
Triple M rocks footy.
Shut up! The footy's on Triple M!
Triple M rocks footy.
The Triple M footy review for Amy. Who covers clangers on and off the field? Amy does.
Suns have only just gone into the rooms. Hard-fought one-goal win over the Crows tonight. They're linking arms. We're going to take their song in a moment. Then we will catch up with one of their stars of the night. Got a little bit nervous toward the end, but they will enjoy this song. Let's take it in thanks to Fox Footy. Okay, we're just having a couple of technical difficulties getting down into the rooms. In fact, Fox, I think, have cut their feet off that song, so that's all good. We move on. RAA around the grounds as Blackie is just working through the numbers. Here's 3, 2 and 1 tonight. I wonder if Rochelle, would he sneak in for a vote or a quarter and a half? Is that not enough, Rocky? What do you think?
Well, if you turn up at three-quarter time, put your boots on, you'd be surprised if you snuck in there. But no, we'll wait and see. No,
I think only if they won.
If they'd have won the game, he was the difference
for sure
in the game. So he was the match winner. So you'd have to probably sneak him in there.
Okay. RAA, by the way, in South Australia, it's a check side, not a banana, because footy sounds different when you're local, and so does insurance. Insure with RAA, the local team who supports you and your team. Cats over the Saints by 8 points. Giants over the Kangaroos by 39. Bombers beat the Hawks by 4 goals. I don't think we'll get the Suns song, but we will get an interview shortly. And here's Matt Rao.
Just a heads
6
up.
6 Brownlow votes, maybe, Rocky. What do you think?
We are in Simon time, by the way, where our Brownlow medal.
That's we're trying to stretch this out.
Goes.
Oh, boys, ready?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, he's ready.
Yeah.
Okay. The Triple MVP Award for Employment Hero, from hired to retired. Employment Hero's HR, recruitment and payroll software handles it all. Bit like Simon Black. Search Employment Hero today. You're 3, 2 and 1.
Right, yeah. The one vote. I'm going to give you a tip. It's Gold Coast midfield here, boys.
Yep.
One vote.
Yep.
Noah Anderson, 35 touches, 12 contested. Kicked the goal. He was fantastic again tonight with his hands. He gets the 1. 2 votes. Tuke Miller, 29 disposals, 19 of those contested, 9 tackles, 10 clearances. He was. Don't forget about me tonight. He was fantastic, and he was probably the best player until second half. Matty Rao came along again. His impact in the second half was superb. He also had 29 touches, 20 of those contested, 10 tackles, 9 clearances, kicked the goal. But just his ability to extricate with his hands whilst being tackled, to set a teammate into space in a really dangerous position, gave him the 3 votes tonight for mine.
He was working with a sprint coach over summer, but he really is still that, tight, in-close, contested type of player, and obviously just super fit. And he's having a great season, maybe 6 Brownlow votes as well, Blake.
He'll always be that, but what I'm liking about him at the moment is when he gets it, he's just trying to take the game on, drive his legs, and I've never seen him be able to extricate his hands like he is at the moment. He's always been strong. He's almost a bit strong. Another pre-season in the gym. Superb.
Well, a good midfielder doesn't get the ball unless they have a good ruckman playing it down to them, and that good ruckman would be Jared Witts, and I believe we have him now with Belinda Mellon, with thanks to Bob, Jane T-Marts. B, have you managed to find the Suns co-captain?
Jared Witts has literally just put the cans on, boys. Jared, I tell you what, they put a bit of a fight through the Suns camp, didn't they, those Crows?
Yeah, they did. They came late. I mean, they're a quality team. They were able to put some pressure on us there and keep the ball in their forward half, and we gritted it out, got it into a bit of a stoppage game, and we held up just.
Now, Witsy, I've got to ask you, what happened out there on the outer wing when the footy came, long ball, Riley O'Brien ran under it? You didn't want to put the hands up?
Oh, is that the Falcon? Oh, mate, I misjudged it badly. Oh, I thought it was going to drop to the front anyway. I was just out the back and got me a good one on the middle of the nose. So.
Witsy, have you seen that on replay?
No, I can't imagine it looks great.
Mate, that thing has bounced 25 metres off your face.
Yeah, I felt it.
Outstanding again tonight, mate. You must be really happy with the midfielders at ground level. You obviously give them the opportunity to go and win their footy, but you've got some serious talent at your feet doing the ruck work now.
Yeah, no doubt. It's been a bit of a work in progress. We've kind of been together now for a few years and starting to really understand each other's game, understand the system that Dimmer wants to play, and I feel like everyone's playing their role within that, and it just gives us an opportunity to play to our strengths.
And Witsy, congratulations on another superb performance tonight. Mate, you must, just looking from the outside, and you take great pride in being not just getting the hit out, but being able to put it down your teammates' throat. We've been singing your praises all last year as well, and this year so far, Rock, haven't we, about such an underrated player. And I don't think you actually are as underrated. It's great that national competition and realises how great Jared Witts is now, and I think they need to continue to do that. But you take great pride, don't you, mate, the way you just like to put it beautifully down your teammates' throat.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it. I think obviously it's a group effort. I've got some pretty good players at my feet making me look good. So we pride ourselves in our stoppage work. It's been a strength of ours, and we want to continue to play the game in our forward half, and winning clearance and being strong around the stoppage gives us the opportunity to do that. So
I reckon for a lot of last season you were in the conversation for All-Australian along with Tim English. Is that a goal of yours? I know you're 32, but to even lift your game to another level this year and maybe earn your first blazer?
Well, I just think you want to play hard, give the boys first use, bring them into the game, and whatever comes of that will. But I'm just trying to make the game easier for those blokes around me and see where that lies.
I think team success will lead to individual success for you, Jared. Witsy, mate, finals. We asked this of Ben King last week after the win over the Tigers. We'll ask it of you this week. Is that a must for this club this year?
It's an outcome. Obviously got a lot more work to do. We've had a really good start, and we'll just keep building on that for now.
Well, the outcome tonight was a really good win. 6 points over the Crows. Got a little bit tight there toward the end, but well done, Witsy. We appreciate you chatting to us tonight.
No worries.
Put some ice on that face, Witsy.
I'm going to see that again, aren't I?
Over and over.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Good on you, mate.
And thanks to be downstairs as well with Jared Witts. The Triple M Amy review. Clangers happen. Lucky you're with Amy. And our Maccas, I'm loving it moment.
Well,
Flanders, what do we got?
I mean, Matty Rao, try as he might, couldn't deliver us a goal. It would have been an absolute lock if Matty Rao had finally slotted one tonight. But he was heavily involved in our Macca's I'm Loving It moment, and tonight's I'm Loving It moment was a little bit of Matty Rao magic as called by our very own Brett Thomas on Triple M Footy. Matty Rao with the clearance round the body. Ball got out the back. That's where Roses Jr. wants it. Ball ace was waiting though. Up and under kick. Big contest needed. Matty Rao doing everything so far this evening. Gets it back. Releases his good mate Noah Anderson. He goes inside. Roses Jr. marks. Plays on. Kicks a goal. Malcolm's got a couple. And the Suns extend their lead.
Hats off Matty Rao. We see on the Harvey Norm replay his ability once again to get his hands free whilst being tackled, to offload to his other super talented teammate Noah Anderson. Magnificent play, wasn't it?
Great call, Brett.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. That was very much an I'm Ron Burgundy moment. I was told this is how you should throw to it.
Yeah, no, that's... It was a great moment.
Great call.
And he called it well. Macca's, I'm loving it moment. Malcolm Roses Jr. To think that at one point Damien Harvick wasn't going to have him in his round one side, but that spark that he provides that they lost with Isaac Rankin, he's a vital member of that forward six, Bucky.
He is, and he's just going to get more and more confident. I would have thought the more footy he plays, he's got some great attributes, and just turn up to good spots, you'll get a lick of the ice cream more often than not, Rock.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and he complements that forward line. We didn't see their tools; they didn't have their best night tonight, but they provided a contest, so he gets his looks and opportunities off the back of their hard work.
Your old mob win tomorrow?
Brisbane or Port?
Port.
Well, they both play.
I think they both should win. I'd be surprised if Port Adelaide don't win against West Coast.
No Lockie Neal against the Dockers tomorrow, Blackie. What impact does that have on a line side that's also missing Kadeen Coleman now as well?
Yeah, a couple of massive outs, isn't it? I mean, it's going to be a good sign of the maturity of Brisbane going over there against Freo. First game for the year, they'll be up and about, big pre-season and what have you. So, I'll back my old Lions to get the job done, but you never know on the West.
That's right, it is out west tomorrow. There's a former Sun playing for the Dockers tomorrow in Jeremy Sharp. I don't know if before the year started, Flanners, if you said the Suns would be 2-0 and then the Lions could potentially be 0-2 still to play tomorrow.
I did say that, actually, if you go and check the record.
Really?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Was it you or Brett? We're not sure. Great job tonight, Flanners. Rocky, yes. Blackie, well done. That is full time here at People's Choice Stadium, and it was the Suns by 6 points. They led all night. The Crows, thanks to Josh Rochelle and Isaac Rankin, threatened to steal it at the end. But it was Gold Coast 2-0 to start the season, and the Crows in their first game. They've got the Cats next Friday night, who just pipped the Saints down in Geelong. The final score, 8-12-60 Gold Coast. The Crows, 8-6-54 for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy.
The Triple M Footy Review for Amy, who covers clangers on and off the field. Amy does.
For Ream Hot Water and McDonald's,
Triple M rocks footy.